Hello everyone, my name is Brian, and welcome back to Barb's Basement. For the love of God, I hope this is going to go smoothly. Just so you guys all know, I'm running on basically no food in my stomach. Just got back from a work trip, and in classic Barb's Basement fashion, I got everything set up for the stream with like 5 seconds to go. That's just classic Brian stuff. But joining me tonight for some SWTOR, some whiskey, some steak, Brussels sprouts, is the ever entertaining Darth Matu. Darth Matu, can you hear me?
I can indeed. Thanks for having me on, dude. I appreciate it.
Dude, anytime. You guys let me know if you guys can hear Matu, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit on SWTOR. Okay. I'm going to remember to zoom out. Boom. There we go. All right. Everyone in the chat is saying gonk. Ben Kenobi, hey boss. Ben, it's good to see you, buddy. Duck, my traditional gonk boy. And it would not be a Barb's Basement stream if I wasn't eating directly into my microphone. So, yeah.
It's tradition at this point.
It's tradition at this point. Otherwise, I'd just be hammered. And no one wants to deal with that. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that my desktop is unmuted. Can you talk for me, Matthew?
Yeah, what's good? Can you hear me?
Cool, cool. Yep. All right. I'm going to hop in. You're a survival guide. Hey, what's up, buddy? Lord Eddie's Cantina. Your audio is good. Thank you so much. So are you playing Star Wars Old Republic? Alexander, yes, I am. I'm going to be playing some SWTOR. We're going to be doing maybe some heroics. I promised that we would do some Nar Shadda stuff. And to be fair, last time that was Matthew's fault, so...
Yeah, my bad. I was way behind, but now we're caught up. And I think we did the heroic at the end of the last one, so we're ready to like get rolling on the actual planet.
Ooh, that whiskey's good. Zim, by the way, you're cooking a steak. Your man ordered a steak. And I ordered it rare, because I was like, oh, it'll cook a little bit while they're delivering it. The shit's like still basically just raw. So
you shuttled to Nar Shadda 2 right when I shuttled to Nar Shadda.
God damn it.
Hold on, I'll come to you. Oh wait, are you coming back? No, I'll come to you.
I'm gonna sit completely still.
You cannot switch instances where Folks is until 3 more minutes.
Oh my god. Alright, what instance are you in?
That's hilarious, yo.
Which instance are you in, Matu?
I am in instance 4.
Instance 4.
But
okay, I think I can...
Too.
Oh my god, it won't let me shuttle to you.
That's alright, yeah. Talk to this droid, and then we'll just pick up these quests in the next 3 minutes.
Are you talking about the heroic droid?
No, CN94. It's the purple droid, the story arc droid.
Oh, I don't think that it'll let us do that together.
It should.
I had biscuits, sausage, and eggs for dinner. Dude, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of Brenner, you know what I mean? God, the steak is so rough.
Is there something you want?
How do you take it? Medium rare?
I usually take it, like, pretty bloody. Dude, I'm just gonna straight pick this thing up out of here. You guys are about to see me be a monster. I feel so bad for anyone who's watching this.
Yeah, I think this is one we can do together, because this is not a class story. This is the story arc. So this one we should be able to do together.
Cool.
But then I just have to watch your story stuff, and then you would just have to watch my story stuff for that. I found out too, like, I didn't realize they changed the combat system, so you can do any of the combat systems now. So I could have made a Sith Inquisitor that plays like a Juggernaut. And I should have done that, because then we could have done the same story stuff.
I think you can also use any weapon you want. I mean, lightsaber related, I believe.
Yeah. It's tied to, like, you have to pay 2 million credits to get, and if you do that, then you can even use light side stuff. So, like, if you wanted to, like, use the Jedi Consular powers as a Sith warrior, you could do that.
Hell yeah.
Defiance is unacceptable. He should be.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. I didn't understand it at first, but I made a new Sith Inquisitor just for like relaxation.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, oh shit, that's how this works. I was like, oh damn.
Patrick Butts just says LOL. I'm assuming he just watched me take like a straight bite out of my steak without a fork.
It will serve my purpose.
All right,
monster.
I'm coming to you. I'm shuttling to you.
Coming to me every night, baby. I have to ask you, what did you think of episode 3?
I didn't like it, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to know your opinion.
I enjoyed parts of it a lot, and like Ewan McGregor remains a treasure. And I really like the actress that plays Leia. I think she does a really good job.
Oh, she's
but
excellent.
I just think that they completely mishandled both Vader and Obi-Wan in that confrontation. I wouldn't have done it that way.
I'll say this about the whole confrontation. And guys, I promise I'm going to stop eating directly into my microphone here in a minute. But what I'll say about that confrontation is I'm completely fine with Obi-Wan just like sucking shit because he's super out of practice, hasn't fought anybody with a lightsaber in forever. He's been through a ton of shit. Like, I can believe that he was just like in shock. He's like, holy shit, this is Anakin. Like, he's a completely different person.
I get what they were trying to go with. I just didn't like what they were trying to go with. I would have done it the opposite way. I would have had it because I think that if they had done it where like I actually rewrote that scene where he tells Leia to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote it with like him having flashbacks, like he's like frozen while he's watching Vader kill these people, and while Vader taunts him. That's another thing too. Like they kind of made him seem more like a murder hobo. I feel like I like that he was killing people and being brutal. But
I like that he was killing people.
Well, you know what I mean. Like that was Vaderish, but they should have made it like the Vader from A New Hope would have been like talking shit, you know what I mean? He would be enjoying it because he finally's got Obi-Wan trapped, and like that's the one thing he's wanted for years. So like I would have had him taunting Obi-Wan, and like while he's listening to him being taunted, I would have had him having flashbacks to like the final fight, like leaving Anakin behind and like what it did to him. But then I would have had Obi-Wan, like I would have, and Ewan McGregor, a lot of this admittedly would be on him as an actor to portray, but he's a fantastic actor, so I think he'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I would have had Obi-Wan like find the resolve to overcome that. He still tells Leia to go, and then he steps out, and that's when he ignites the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Like he steps out of the place where they're hiding, ignites the lightsaber, and is like, "Hello there, looking for me," and you're just like. And, like, that was another thing that really killed me, too, is that they teased the lightsaber for, like, 2 episodes, and then they ignited it essentially just for, like, a cheap visual effect. Like, I was
Matt,
like,
I don't mean
what?
to interrupt your train of thought, but I just have to point out one thing in the chat here. Zim says, I live with heretics. Everyone at my house likes their steak well done.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Don't take this as actual life advice, but you got to burn all those people alive. I'm sorry, but, like, that's some freak shit. That's like... That's like buying a waterbed and putting no sheets on it, just having it be ice cold, and just laying on it naked every night. That's just some shit you don't do. That's just some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, I can agree with a lot of people about, like, let's say we're talking about Star Wars. You know, Matthew and I, we probably have different ideas on episode 3. If someone in your family likes their steak well done, they're dead to you. All right, sorry, Matthew, continue.
No, I mean, that's basically... I do think that, like, they had all the right elements. I don't think that they handled them the right way. I really liked that Vader dragged him into the fire like that. Like, that felt very Vader.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wish that moment had come after the end of a rather pitched battle where Obi-Wan... And, like, again, a lot of this would be on Ewan as an actor to be able to convey, but him pushing down his trauma and, like, finding the resolve to step out into the street doesn't necessarily mean he's mastered it. Like, it's still a super traumatic moment, and you can portray that in the fight. You know, like, you know, and then at the end of it, he finally loses, and he gets dragged into the flames. I just think that I don't know. That's just me.
Sure.
There's still 3 episodes to go,
Yeah.
and so like that goes both ways. Like there's still plenty of development left, but I think that's also why I'm a little bit upset by episode 3 because we're like halfway through the show now. They don't have a whole lot of time left, you know.
I think that
And,
it's going to be... I still have faith that they're going to bring it back around. I will say, like, I didn't love, like, 60%. Maybe 40% of that last episode. But I will say that I liked all the Vader and Kenobi shit. The only thing, as somebody who, like, works in video production, is... I don't know who, like, who edited those scenes, but some of those chase scenes, they're just very poorly edited. Like when Vader is like hunting down Obi-Wan. There's like lots of like
too, but like I don't.
There's
really
a lot
know
of
that much
breaking
about
of the 180-degree rule. So I'm going to demonstrate for everybody what that means. Let's say this pencil is a person talking, and the camera's on this end of them, and they're talking to another person. Let's say this book of matches. There's 2 people here. You got a camera back here that's just it's getting over the shoulder of the matchbook talking, and you can see the person's face. The camera comes over here, you're getting over the shoulder of the pencil, and it's seeing the matchbook talking. So a breaking of that 180-degree rule would be if there's a camera pointing here, where you're seeing it going from the back of the matchbook to the pen, then the next shot is all the way over here, and you're seeing it like through the scene like that. So the reason why it's called the 180-degree rule is because your brain's like seeing it and it seems like almost like a jump cut. It seems off. Like it doesn't seem right.
I thought it seemed a little off, yeah.
So there's scenes where you can see Obi-Wan looking screen right, and then he runs out of the shot, and then he enters screen left. So he runs out to the right-hand side, and then he enters in from the left-hand side. Yeah. So that's just like basic editing shit that somebody like should have known how to do. But I will say all of like the Obi-Wan and Anakin stuff or Darth Vader shit, I was completely fine with. Like I liked all that stuff. I liked that. I feel like a lot of people are really hung up on that like last shot of. By the way, this is spoilers for Kenobi. We're talking about it here for just a second. If you haven't seen it yet, you're probably just not gonna watch it. So, but I feel like a lot of people got really hung up on like the Vader confrontation, like in front of like that spice fire. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is why didn't he just put out the flames?" I mean, they linger on Vader's face for like a good 10 seconds for a reason. Like it's not that he's like, "Oh, I can't get Obi-Wan." It's like he's having a thought. He's like, in my mind, what he's thinking is, "Man, I really built that up in my head that was going to be something," and he basically put up no fight. Like
I figured that too. Yeah, like, I did get that, and I got that they were trying to convey that. I just didn't like it.
Sure, that's fair.
Yo, JT, I'm not complaining, yo. Like if I'm
oh,
just sharing my
JT's in the
opinion,
chat.
that's all.
Oh yeah.
If people liked it, then that's cool. And there were parts of it I really liked. Like the first half of the episode was really, I thought it was nice to get to a new planet. That alien dude Freck was cool. Like it's cool to see weird aliens in Star Wars again.
And it was cool to see like the Empire interacting with an alien. They're all chummy.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like he passes by there every day. Like it feels like it's lived in.
And the way they were dirty, the stormtroopers were dirty.
Like they look like they're like, "God, fuck, this is like the worst posting I could have gotten." But
yeah.
I really like that shot of Anakin like in his robes.
Yes,
like I was like,
vision.
"Holy!" That was like weirdly haunting. Like it didn't feel.
It was. That
good
was
to look
my
at.
favorite moment of the episode.
But JT, I'm not complaining about it because I just found this episode to be a lot of the editing these days for any piece of media. It's all edited as if the show is releasing all at once and you can watch it all in one sitting. But it's not being released that way. So I'm sure that like by the time episode 6 comes out, because it's only 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So if they really stick the landing with this, like episode 5 and 6 are like the shit, then I think that looking at it as one fluid piece is going to be really good. It's going to be like, holy shit, this was a great show. But if episode 5 and 6 are like just kind of like, like they're just kind of okay, it all takes place in like what looks like a Hollywood backlot or whatever, it's going to be very disappointing Like, I think that it'll be like, ugh, fuck. I just don't want another Book of Boba Fett situation where it all takes place on one planet. JT says, I respect people not liking the show. I don't respect people being blind followers of YouTubers who only have problems with the show with nothing good to say. You guys are good, by the way, not calling you out. JT, I agree with that, because I've noticed like a lot of like really idiotic criticism, like where people are just like, I shouldn't say idiotic, but like people who
Especially
just like
for the first 2 episodes.
they're just like not able to suspend their disbelief for anything. Like I was having a conversation in like a Discord earlier today where somebody was like, well, it's just unrealistic that a clone trooper was able to like 6 clone troopers were able to take out like a Jedi Knight. And I was like, Ki-Adi-Mundi gets killed by like
episode 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Ki-Adi-Mundi gets killed by like 8 guys. And he's a member of the High Council. I was like, that's not a criticism, like, at all. That's like you're finding something to complain about at that point. The first 2 episodes, I think, were like damn near flawless outside of that chase scene with Leia, which is like fucking hilarious to watch in a vacuum. Like this dude just, I don't know, like this guy must have tunnel vision that's just like on the lower half of his eyes because he just runs straight into that branch. That part was legitimately funny.
I mean, that was like, from an objective standpoint, that scene was a little off, but like
She's
that was
10,
a moment
so
where
like,
I
yeah.
suspended my disbelief because I was like, all right, the actress is like what, like 10?
She's
like,
really
not
young.
gonna be doing. Yeah. Like,
What do you want her to do? Like doing cartwheels? Like, I mean, it's just the way. Again, it goes back to like the editing of the show. Like that scene could be made totally fine, but them like chasing after her and like lingering on those shots is just a bizarre choice. Like they could have been filming from like below the hip, doing like a tracking shot of Leia's face as she's running, and then we could do like a wider shot of just seeing the guy sprinting after her. There's no need to show them both in one shot, if that makes sense. So that's just like a bizarre editing choice on their part. But I will agree with JT that the negativity surrounding the show, just in general, people who they saw the trailer, they saw that there was this is not a commentary on like anybody specifically in this chat or anywhere else, but you can't lie and say there wasn't like people who they saw a black woman in the trailer and were like, oh great, here we go, it's just another like SJW show or whatever. That for sure happens, and that for sure did happen with a lot of people, and they like work up like a hate boner for like their audience. Like they'll like work up like just like their hate watching the show. Their whole personality is just like hating a thing. It's seeing a YouTube channel where all they do is they just talk shit on Star Wars. It's like, you're not really a Star Wars channel. You're just like a hate mongering channel. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about that too. Like, and a lot of these places got started as like lore channels.
Zen, this is just for you, baby. Sorry, continue.
No, it was like a lot of them got started as like lore channels back in the day.
Yeah.
Now
like,
they don't talk
I had
about
a lot
it
of
at
respect
all.
for those dudes back then, and yeah, shit just changed, and it became very profitable to like grift and whatever. I'm not saying that because a lot of people don't like the Reva character, which is totally fine. My wife, who believe it or not is a woman, she said, like, we finished that 3rd episode, and it's so funny because she just goes, I saw her like put her hands up, and she's like, what the fuck? How did she get to the back end of that tunnel? Like, how did she find her so quick? And I was like, yeah, that's a totally fair criticism. Like, but I feel like a lot of people were saying that it was going to be like the Reva show, and that Obi-Wan was going to be a background character. I have not found that to be the case.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I don't like Reva, it's only because I don't think that the actress is that good. Like, especially compared to everybody else on the cast.
Well, because
like,
Obi-Wan's just fucking
so great.
Ewan McGregor's just stellar.
I mean, everybody has been really stellar in the show so far, and it just makes it even more apparent that, like, and if you look at her credits, she hasn't really done a lot else. She did, like, the Macbeth movie, that's it, really. So, like, she's a new actress, she's at the beginning of her career, she still has a lot to learn, and, like, that's very evident every time she's on screen.
Yeah, and, like, my whole thing is, everyone's like, oh, she killed the Grand Inquisitor, and how has Vader not killed her yet? And it's like, all those things are going to come to pass. Like, she's going to die eventually because she's not in Rebels. Like, we know that she's not going to, like, live. She's not going to be, like, in Episode 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Star Wars Episode 10, the return of what the fuck ever. Palpatine's back somehow, episode 10. But and we know that the Grand Inquisitor's not dead. It's like people. It's like we're in the second episode of the show. Like, you know, the Grand Inquisitor's not dead. So like, don't. I mean, if we get to episode 6 and it turns out that he actually is dead and that's like a choice they made, fuck. I guess I'll eat one of my comic books in front of everybody. Robert Ryder says, yeah, enough with the hate. If you don't watch it, go watch. If you don't want to watch it, go watch something else. I agree with that. Like, if you're just like sitting around to like hate watch it, like, you could be doing something more productive with your time.
Yeah,
Zim says, Darth Matu's holocron. Am I the only one who thinks that most of the blaster rifles in this game look bad? In SWTOR?
It's like half and half. There's some that I really, really like
Yeah.
a lot. But then there's others where I'm like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think they gave like a lot of love to like the blaster rifles in this game because they're like, well, everyone's gonna be a Jedi because who the fuck wants to be a bounty hunter? So there are people who want that.
But you have to pay the cartel coins for all the good ones.
You gotta pay that sweet microtransactions, baby.
yeah, that's the way.
By the way, they just like released, or they're about to release like just a straight up Anakin Skywalker like outfit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because like we already have like the Steadfast Master's robes, and the Anakin suit is basically just that, but it has like he has 2 gloves instead of the one that covered up or whatever. Robert Ryder said, unfortunately, some YouTubers are only relevant if they talk about hate, toxic community, hashtag toxic communities. I'm all about fuck toxic communities, fuck toxic positivity. In this channel, we're all about negative positivity. You need me to fat shame you? You want me to fucking bully you until you get your ass out and go do something? I'll do it. Call me on Discord and I'll just fucking bully you until... That's not true. I mean, if you want me to, if that's like your kink or whatever. Robert Ryder says they're setting her up for her own series. The last episode will show that. No spoilers. No spoilers in this chat. I haven't read any of the leaks because I'm not going to, but I think that I could appreciate like a Inquisitor's like spin-off show. You know? I could fuck with that. I feel like I should change my outfit. What do you think, Matthew? Matthew? Did we lose you? Oh no, Matt. Did we lose Matt?
No, sorry. I had to get a beer.
Oh, Jesus, I was like, is my internet shitting out? In short, watch Star Wars for your own opinions. That's true. Lord Eddie, bully me. Bro, I'll bully you all you want. I'm a big proponent of negative positivity. It's like I mean, don't be an asshole about it, but it's like if you got like a friend or something like that that's like, oh, I just want you to justify my shitty behavior. Nah, tell them like it is. You know,
you gotta. I mean, that's part of being somebody's friend.
Exactly.
Is being able to tell it how it is.
If someone's like, oh, I think that like my health is really terrible. It's like, I mean, I'll go outside and fucking chase you with pepper spray if you want to get a run in. We got Aiden in the chat. Hey, what's up, Aiden? He's another one of the amalgamous group of YouTubers that I enjoy. Darth Matu's holocron. A lot of blast rifles look worse than the Fallout 4 assault rifle. Dude, Fallout 4 is like it's just not good. I just didn't like it. I gotta plug my camera in really quick, entertain a Matt.
Parts of it, for sure. I do like parts of Fallout 4. I don't like the assault rifle though, that's for sure. I always install the mod that puts in like 300 real world guns instead.
I'm blaster rifle all day, every day. Blaster rifle or a sledgehammer. It's I'm either gonna get in there, get in the heat of it, get in the mix, or I'm just gonna like hit you with a blaster rifle and dissolve you into nothingness.
Oh, the plasma rifle? Is that what you mean?
I feel like I gotta change my outfit.
Oh, for your guy? If you got to.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it, you know?
I made a really cool... So my Sith Inquisitor, I like to use games like this to design the characters for my fan fiction.
I mean, all this game is just like a dress-up game.
Yeah,
legitimately.
It's great, though.
There's no... That's like all this game is just virtual cosplay, which I'm cool with.
Yeah, me
totally
too.
Cool. Matu, sing to us, please. Eddie just wants you to drop your solo album for sure. And Eddie, I know that you sent me like a way to say your name, but it did not stick with my brain.
Edu?
Edu?
I don't know. It's Portuguese.
Portugal? I know that's also not how you say it.
I can't
Portugal.
sing though, Eddie. If I do, it will be a crime against humanity. All right. I'm not trying to have to go to Nuremberg.
Do I have the gauntlets on? I'm just gonna put on Gylo Man's outfit essentially.
Oh shit! Whatever you're wearing right now looks cool. Is that the Revan Redeemed?
Oh no, this is just their version of like Kylo Ren's outfit basically. I think it looks pretty top. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it doesn't show that for me yet. Oh, now it does. Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, you can't say that looks bad. All right, should we go do
Nah.
some of these heroics?
Yeah, I'm down. Wait, let me pick them up. I guess.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
pick
yeah,
'em
that
up
terminal
right
just back there.
Holy shit! Did you get them all? Even the red ones?
Yeah, I got them in the red. We can start with some of the easier ones. In SWTOR or KOTOR, the one with Calig and Tula Cord, I have their masks. IRL, Brian does this channel, or you have an Insta. I mean, I have a personal Instagram, but I've not posted shit to it. Like legitimately, like in probably like a year, something ridiculous. Here, we'll take the scenic route.
Where are we going?
Let's go to the lower promenade.
Lower Promenade. Where's that shit?
It should be like that
Alright.
first lower half there.
Got it.
Those instructions didn't make any sense. But JT, DM me but KOTOR, Tula Cord is in KOTOR, but he's not in SWTOR. I don't believe.
He's in it by name, yeah. He
Yeah.
hasn't actually been in anything yet, but he was supposedly
I'm thinking of Agenta Paul.
he was gonna be in KOTOR 3.
Oh, I'm fascinated by like that.
Supposedly.
The like what KOTOR 3 would have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they kind of had
100%.
like a whole outline written up for it. I think
It
that
was
we
supposedly
did
gonna
one
be-
heroic here.
Wait, where'd you go? Oh shit. There you go. But yeah, it was supposedly gonna be like whatever the story was, it was gonna require you to go to like the tombs of all these old Sith lords and face down against their spirits. Like Tulak Horde and a bunch of other ones, Marco Ragnos. and stuff like
Marco
that. I
Ragnos,
was
he's the
like,
OG. I feel like
Yeah.
part of it was like you're gonna be like going into like the unknown regions and fighting like a series of like unknown Sith lords, type thing.
That would be cool too.
I'd be into that.
Yeah, I'd be really into that.
Okay.
Hey, I
Holy
just leveled
shit.
up.
The hell yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go to the old promenade storefront. I wish I could lay down a marker for you to see.
All right, I'm right behind you.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I have not made an Instagram for this YouTube channel, which my wife has told me to do like 1,000 times. But I'm social media disabled.
I don't even know how Instagram works.
We haven't
I haven't
uploaded
bothered.
anything to our TikTok account in like no joke, like probably like a week and a half. And we upload daily to YouTube. So it's like we could upload to TikTok, but it's like just the mental capacity to have to like actually upload to it. It just like burns my brain out.
You should talk to Lisa about like Spreaker or whatever it is. Apparently, it uploads all that shit at once.
Oh hell yeah.
Dear brutish Distress, and Riley, so
What's this?
beautiful and intelligent.
Oh, this is cool.
You were like children to me, which is why it pains me to do this.
You can cut the act.
That's the fattest Sith I've ever seen.
Children.
We don't need a tyrant for a father.
Darth Barris the Wide.
Ah, well said. Marvelous last words. Truly, I expected nothing less, which is what makes this so hard.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I look sick as shit.
Yeah, that outfit's really cool. I like that helmet a lot.
Children would like to play with you.
I want to know how it sounds.
Well,
Oh, shit.
I was
Kill them
drinking whiskey.
all.
I didn't realize things were popping off.
Dude, I love this color orange lightsaber. For real, it's so cool.
I never like think about orange lightsabers, you know?
It's a Crate Dragon Pearl.
Oh hell yeah.
What have we here?
They make orange.
Cavalry
Who would win? Marco Ragnos,
to help.
Naga Sadao, and Dedu?
Easy, Dusters. This isn't something.
And Dedu lived way after.
And he was more of like
Naga Ragnos.
he's more of a pussy than anything. He
Yeah.
was mostly just running away.
But Naga Sadao was one of the Sith Lords that was directly kept in check by Marco Ragnos, and he did not make a power play until after he died. People forget, like, we don't know a lot about Marco Ragnos' life, but he ruled as Dark Lord of the Sith for 100 straight years and died of old age. And, like, he
That's
is the
rare.
reason why there was no infighting during that time. Because to do that was to risk his wrath. So, like, you know, like people, like he had like Ludo Kresh, Naga Sadao, that dude that he's like a head in a jar. I always forget his name.
Richard Nixon.
He's basically like the Sith version of Richard Nixon. Yeah.
That's a little Futurama reference for everybody.
It was all lies, but you win the
But
support.
yeah, Marco Ragnos was a badass. He like it's like Marco Ragnos, Exar Kun, and Darth Sidious were like the original like badass
The
Sith
Sith
boys,
Lords.
and then they added Crate,
Right now, the
and then
gang's
they added
Christ,
Vitiate.
named after the great dragon on
Ben Kenobi says, "Isn't the mingle in the unknown regions?" Darth Matthew told me about it.
Saban,
I think that's from your latest
Yes.
video, isn't it?
a regular hero.
What's that?
That's from your latest video, isn't it?
Oh, it was a short, yeah.
Yeah, it counts. Video's a video.
With all respect,
Yeah, yeah.
taking
I
The-
read there's
the
a guy
mingle
at Disney that's working a story of a team of Jedi that end in the unknown region and have a real bad time. Never heard that.
I wonder if they end up at Mung Follow.
Yeah, but Matt, I've like seen your latest videos doing really well.
The force the force sensitive droids one is like blowing up right now.
Popping off.
Yo, it's because I'm getting good at like you showed me how to like actually edit stuff. So like they're not just like they actually look kind of pro now. I got
Ooh,
you to
hold
thank
up.
for it, brother.
Me. I refuse to take your your praise. I use this statue and there's no reason for me to. So Marco Ragnos equals Tito during the Cold War. Marco Ragnos, maybe? Maybe?
Who's Tito? You mean Vitiate?
No, he's probably talking about like real life Cold War.
Oh, I don't know who Tito is.
Yeah, but Robert, I haven't heard that rumor about like the Disney show. I will say that I am like legitimately a little butt sore about the Tales of the Jedi shit because I'm like, why name
Yeah,
it
me
that?
too.
Like you
Me
know
too,
that's
dude.
just gonna like make people upset.
I guarantee you it's a rights thing. So that
Probably.
they can circumvent the rights for the Vite estate. I guarantee you.
Well, I mean,
There's
I don't
there's
know if
literally
like they
no
would
reason.
have. I don't know if they would have any claim to it since it's a Star Wars property. But I could see it being like a fuck you to. Wait, why is this telling us to go?
I mean,
oh, okay, going to the transport.
I don't know if they would purposely like I don't wanna make it sound like I think the people at Disney are like rubbing their hands together and like it's not like that, you know. It's just business, you know what I mean? Like,
Give us
they're
all
gonna
your
do it-
Vige bucks.
yeah, you know, I'm not saying that. Like, and I don't think they would do that. Like, I don't think they make decisions out of spite. Like, there's a bunch of YouTube channels that are like, they destroyed my character out of spite. Like, I don't think that's. I just think they're making decisions to try and make as much money as possible. You know? And
Yeah,
like,
that's like something I always a criticism of Disney I always see is like, oh, they only do it for money. I'm like, well, yeah, they're a business.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, of course. Wait, are we still
we
doing heroic right now? What are we doing?
Well, I think that was your story quest.
Oh shit,
where-
was it?
Yeah, I think.
Let's do terminal
Yeah.
injuries, which is like the Mezzanitini spaceport taxi. It's like up and to the left of us.
Okay.
Brian, I'm sure you've heard this countless times, but your editing is like actually super professional. It's not just me. Like Zach, he picked up editing so quick. Like I don't think I've ever seen anyone pick up. Premiere Pro is a very confusing program if you've never worked in it before. And dude, he picked it up so quick. He like overnight. Zen Tito is the Yugoslavia commie dictator. Yugoslavia, is it still called that? Because I know like Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, they've changed their names like 100 times. Yeah, that was the Kennedy thing. The rights were purchased prior. What happened with that Vite stuff? I'm very unfamiliar with that. But before you tell me about that, as for Tales of the Jedi, I think that might be better than potentially to interfere with depictions of Legends characters. I just think that that might be better for everyone. I could see that. I could see that being.
I just wish they used like I actually like that they're telling original stories. I just wish that they used any other title, like any other title.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they just made Corran Horn fucking canon in that last
That's
episode.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, his mom's even got the right name.
Yeah, and his dad. In fact, well, they name dropped Quinlan Voss, but I have a suspicion that Quinlan Voss is going to be heavily featured in something because they like Obi-Wan mentioned his name and then it lingers on his face for like a good little while. Like, it's, to me, it's like clear they're like going to be working up towards some Quinlan Vos shit.
And I mean, it makes sense too. He was a fan favorite character before.
And then they ruined it with TCW.
I just wish they would like.
JT, I know you like TCW, but Quinlan Vos in that show is fucking lamer than hell.
Yeah, he was really awesome in Republic.
Yeah.
And like people said he was super edgy, but he undergoes a dark arc, and like that's not necessarily. It might be edgy, but it's like there's people that have really dark lives, you know.
And that's like kind of like the whole point. It's like that gray area of the Jedi. Like they're like, oh, like we're good guys, but we're gonna send this dude to go do a bunch of terrible shit in the name of bureaucracy to keep this government propped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I always liked Quinlan.
Yeah. Hold on, I caught up with this chat really quick. Well, they have Heir to the Empire on board supposedly. I would believe that. They clearly building up to some Thrawn shit. Like which Matt, I've told you about this. Yeah. That like I think that the end game is to make Snoke Jorah Sabayoth.
That makes a scary amount of sense. But like,
yeah.
I just wish that they would. There's no reason to. Like, just tell original stories, you know? Like, it's cool. He doesn't have to be Jorah Sabayoth. Like, people were intrigued by Snoke in the first place because they were like, who is that? They figured that he was somebody new, and they wanted to know where he came from, what his story was. Now they're just going to tell us, this is that guy that you already met once, but he's different now. Like...
Yeah. I want them to put in the explanation for how they knew that Jorah Sabayoth was a clone. I want Thrawn to be walking away and go, hey, Pelion, did you hear that he had 2 U's in his name? That means he's a clone. Because I want Pelion to go, how the fuck does that mean he's a clone?
Yeah. Like, what?
Is this like a legal precedent that like anyone with 2 U's in their name has to be a clone?
It's like a designation you get at birth. They put a chip in your neck.
And then James says, tell them how you lost Pazak now. Okay, look. Did I spend like a solid 2 hours trying to save a person from slavery by winning a game of Pazak? Yeah, I did. Did I lose over and over again, then eventually just make them my slave? A little bit, but I was paying attention to the chats. Like I wasn't paying attention to the choice I made, and I ended up taking that indentured servant as like my own slave, and I was taking like her earnings from being a stripper.
Yeah, I remember that quest.
Oh shit.
Dude,
we may have just aggroed a lot of people. Let's just focus on this guy. Oh god.
I'll keep these. I can tank, so I'm taunting these boys over here. I'm sorry, we got this. I got Shay Vizsla with me right now, so she ain't fucking around.
We got a little fucked up with that last time we were playing. I was like, we just died in SWTOR. We're really bad. It's almost impossible to die in SWTOR.
They definitely made the aggro distance way higher.
Yeah, it's huge.
I'm getting fucking schwacked right now. There it
is. No.
It's alright. I think you can take him. There's only one dude left. You got it, brother.
There's one dude left over here on this side. There's another guy left over there.
Oh, shit.
God. Alright. Okay.
We can do this. Oh, there's 3 more. Holy shit. You got this, brother.
I got it. I'm gonna use my flamethrower. Just your usual cis shit, flamethrowers.
Fun fact, that is an actual Force ability, and Palpatine was pretty skilled at it, as well as Force Lightning. So it actually makes sense for your character to be able to spew flame.
You know what else he was really good at? Lifting up a bunch of Imperial Star Destroyers out of Exegol. You still dead over here? I'll come revive you.
It's okay. I got a medical probe. No combat stuff.
Holy shit, I get caught up with chat. In Order 66 deleted scenes, Voss was supposed to be annihilated by a turbo tank gun on Kashyyyk. Fucking of course he was.
Holy shit. What a way for him to go.
Yeah. Exactly 2 U's, please. Pazak is peak Star Wars, that's true. Let's lay this lady Barb's basement. Bye guys, have to help make dinner. You better stop those steaks from being cooked completely all the way through. Keep them bloody.
If you have to take a hostage and lock down the kitchen, then you do it.
Yes, for real. Yeah, I got all these like legacy abilities right now for some reason.
It's when you use the heroic ability, or heroic moment ability. I looked it up
Okay.
because I noticed I was getting that too. But
Gotcha.
it unlocks your legacy abilities while that buff is active.
I've been playing this game for like 10 years, and I never realized that.
I think they changed it because it used to be you could just use those powers as regular powers. I think.
I don't know what this... Okay, I'm just chucking some shit.
I love hooks. Like legit, they're one of my favorite aliens that don't get enough love.
Hooks?
Yeah. Giant frog salamander man that talks like the Hulk.
Talks like the Hulk. Hell yeah.
They do most of the time. They're like, give me credits.
Oh,
Me."
okay, yeah, these guys.
Yeah, these guys, yeah. In
They look like a
fan
Mass
fiction,
Effect character.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like them.
Yeah.
I use one in my fan fiction, but he goes against the stereotype, and he actually is like kind of well spoken.
He's a traveled frogman.
Yeah, he's in a Republic SIS response team, so he gets around. So
He
he's
gets
not-
around. He's just slutting it up all over the galaxy.
Oh, dude, it's hilarious because I was writing on it today, and they're like landing on a space station in the Venus system because they're on their way to Nar Shadda, and they need. It's a long story, but and he's literally the one that's like talking about hitting the cantina.
I gotta eat some more of my Brussies. Holy shit, I am starving.
Yeah, you gotta stick your own. You gotta enjoy there.
I don't have a knife to cut it. Dear Lord, forgive me. Forgive you for what, James?
Yeah, depends.
Please
on
tell
what
me you didn't
did.
just like murder somebody off stream. But Pazak is peak Star Wars. I needed to have I have so much brain rot that needed to have somebody explain to me like how the fuck does Pazak work? Because I'm just losing over and over again.
Blackjack. It's basically blackjack, pretty much.
I love Voss. One of my favorites, partly because Republic was one of the first EU reads. I do understand some of the criticism, but I cannot love him. I get that 100%.
Yeah.
All of John Ostrander's stuff is pretty fucking edgy, but I love it. Absolutely love the Republic. Not the
Yeah.
governmental body, but the comic book series.
Yeah, the comic book series was good. Dark Times kind of went off the rails a little bit.
You mean with the cannibalism scene?
Oh gosh, yeah, and with a couple other things. But it was still good.
I did
just like-
a short like a while ago, like this was like a long time ago, I feel, about Bagor Sadet. It's like a Verpine Jedi Master. And
Oh, what? That's cool. I don't remember that.
I legitimately feel bad for that character because like he ended up betraying the Jedi. Like last night, Palpatine was just getting his rocks off, torturing some Jedi, as Sith Lords do. And
Oh, I think.
Bagor like killed the Jedi that he was with and like swore loyalty.
Yep,
And then
I do
Vader shows
remember.
up and he's like, I have to call our master because I have to tell him that I'm still alive. And Vader's like, our master, huh? And then just fucking kills him. And I was like, oh man, this poor guy. This poor guy.
Yeah.
Luke, did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She's your father's exotic teenage alien apprentice. I wouldn't say she's exotic. I feel like they're pretty common.
Yeah, Togruta, they're fairly. I mean, Shakti.
Star Wars is Kenny. Died a
Star
million
Wars
different ways.
Oh, Shakti.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely is. She has 3 deaths. I think her and Aiden Kolar have the most.
She gets stabbed by Grievous. There's one where Anakin kills her. She has a death in the Force Unleashed.
And then does she have a canon death too?
I don't think she has one in Disney canon. I don't think she's ever hasn't even been brought up yet.
It'd be hilarious if she somehow survived the purge.
Just to
Canon.
die again. She's just a meme at this point. Yeah, but I couldn't understand that criticism of like the first episode of Obi-Wan, where they're like, it just doesn't make sense that there's no such thing as an untraveled Jedi Knight. I was like, but there is such a thing as like a relatively new Jedi Knight, like somebody who was like just knighted, who maybe
Yeah.
hasn't like seen active combat that much.
Yeah.
Like it
or
would make sense
had
that like
missions.
they would get murked pretty easily by some clones.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Especially like, and like the Jedi Master goes ham. And like people forget that was the 501st. These are like elite warriors. They're
They're
not
the
just fucking
guys.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still really curious to like. I want to know like why that 501st clone trooper was not Nar Shadda, where Obi-Wan was. Where Tom Ware
Yeah.
Morrison was playing that clone trooper begging on the street for some credits.
Yeah. That is a good question.
Maybe he was just like, I killed kids, man.
Yeah. Kill kids. I mean, it makes sense. That's what happens to a lot of veterans.
Yeah. I use Agent Orange.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, think about the guys that... Like, I know guys that...
Oh shit, we're supposed to be going this way. Sorry, continue.
Like, I know guys that actually did have to kill kids. And, like, that they have to live with it every day.
That's fucking
Because
dark,
that-
man.
I mean, yeah, that's what happens. Like, they do it on purpose. You know, like, they... And, like they purposely use really young kids because they don't know any better, you know? So, like, they give them a bomb or...
Yep.
They give them a gun and they send them out into the street specifically because they know you have to make a choice. Like, do I shoot this child or do I let everybody around me die?
It's
You know, and like,
old men Star Wars, young men die in them.
yeah, yeah. It's like try coming home and living with that.
Yeah,
You
for
know
real.
what I mean?
Basement Boy
hard.
Eddie. Eddie's started a new YouTube account just to name it Basement Boy. Basement Boys with a Z. The way we see it is Basement Boys. It's a gender neutral term. We can have basement girls too. Even though our demographics is like 99.9% male.
I think mine is 100%.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I am not gonna lie.
I think the other like 0.1% is just people who never filled out that form saying what gender they were on ours. It's probably 100%
I try to
dudes.
avoid filling that shit out anymore. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's like, why do you need that information from me?
Yeah, for real. It's
You're
like
already
I'm signing
sending me,
up
like,
for a
I don't
YouTube
get
account.
targeted ads on YouTube because I pay for YouTube Premium because I'm like a fucking weirdo, you know?
Yeah, no, me too. I do too.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to close the app and still be able to listen to something.
Yeah, and the no ads.
It's the
Like,
shit.
yeah.
Without having to use ad blocker, which I feel like is just as bad as watching ads these days.
Yeah, yeah.
No good.
Yeah, it barely blocks anything. I watch other people watch YouTube and I'm like, holy fuck, you literally have to sit through a 2-minute ad? Like-
Yeah. An unskippable 2-minute ad.
Yeah, it's like,
Ridiculous.
Jesus Christ. Like, easiest $10 a month I ever spent.
For real. Yeah. But dude, yeah, I'm hyped that your shorts are doing so well, man.
Glad you pushed me into doing them.
I,
They're easy to do. It's- they're, like,
I'll go
fucking
like because like
channel
I like ruthlessly check our analytics to see like how our videos are doing or whatever, and so like I look at mine and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go look up Matthew's channel, see how his shorts are doing.
Yeah, they've
I'm
been doing
invested.
alright.
I've invested in some Matu stonks.
I appreciate it, man.
What Star Wars capital ship do you hate the most? Fuck, I don't even know.
Oh, dude, I got this one easy. It's the Mon Calamari Cruiser from Legacy. I fucking hate that. The Scythe Cruiser. I hate that thing
I'm
so
trying to think
much.
about what it looks like.
It's the worst design ever. It's got that, like, long hammerhead nose on the front that goes up and down.
That feels racially motivated.
I mean, it's just, like, the worst design. And, like, these are the Mon Calamari, you know what I mean? These are
They're
some of
supposed to be like
best-
the guys.
Yeah, yeah. That honestly, that was the one thing I didn't like about Legacy was those ships, and especially because the Imperials have such awesome ships in that series.
Oh yeah, for like everything about the Empire, and that's I mean like Ronfel's Empire. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bop for sure.
I enjoy the Fel Empire. Like, I think it's probably one of the best Star Wars governments.
I mean, because it's like a pretty, like they're just like pretty nice. Like they're not like just like mustache twirling villains.
They have
like,
alien
their whole-
stormtroopers.
When the it's like a victory without war initiative, like where like they were just like we're just gonna go and be really nice on some planets and just be like, hey, you guys can join. I'm just gonna leave that right here. Here's our pamphlet. If you guys want to join, you can
Yeah.
join. But yeah, you guys think about it, and we'll be in touch. If you guys need something, we're here. We'll ship you some things. And slowly, planets were like, hey, maybe this Empire thing isn't so bad.
Yeah, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
That's how you know that the first Empress was Jaina, because that whole plan, like, you know, that was her.
That's some Jaina shit
idea.
for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100% some Jaina shit. One day we'll get Sword of the Jedi. I know it's sitting on a shelf somewhere.
I don't know how far into production it was before they nixed
Well,
it.
they commissioned the cover, so like, and like they released the cover, and they normally don't do that until there's at least a second draft. So like,
I mean, I'd love to
gotta
read
be
it. It's
sitting
got to
on
be
a
out there somewhere, like that Darth Maul game.
yeah, exactly. Like in raw form still, but definitely
Yeah.
there.
I still think
Gotta be.
that Maul game would have been. I didn't foresee that being a good game. I mean, the gameplay probably would have been fun, but it's like,
Yeah, that's the big thing. The story would have been at that point, and like that was the one thing I remember. I think I was in college when the leaks of that first came out, when it was like first probably gonna be a game that actually was released.
yeah,
And I remember thinking like, God, will they not let him die?
for real. Like Zach has a pretty big problem with like Maul in general. Like he's always been anti Maul still being alive, but he's like a fan favorite, like even more so. It's like a whole new generation of people at this point.
Yeah. I was cool with him coming back for like, but it should have been like a one-off arc where Obi-Wan had to face the negative feelings he still harbored over Qui-Gon's death in
Yeah.
order to transition from like young Obi-Wan to Master Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. And then at the end of that arc, he dies or goes off like Asajj Ventress. Like, but dude, he's still around. Like, come on,
Still
it's
going.
just crazy.
He's still kicking. I love like the explanation for how Asajj Ventress dies in Legends, like a shit ton. Like, it's in Jedi versus the Sith, like that. What are they? A resource book, like where like they're talking about how, Obi-Wan like goes and like lays flowers for her all the time, because he's like, you know, she was just like kind of like a victim of like the Sith, like we all were.
Yeah,
It's like
was the
it's like
one
weirdly
that-
touching.
he was the one that wanted her. He tried to save her in the end, and then he has her body shipped back. She like kind of lives because she doesn't actually die, and then but we don't really. She just goes off into the unknown regions. Like her body's in transport to Coruscant, but she's like faking it, and then she wakes up, steals the ship, and then she's like, I'm done. I'm done with the Jedi. I'm done with the Sith. Like I'm just gonna go live.
I would read and it's like an old Asajj Ventress, like an elderly Asajj Ventress book.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like dumping some shit here. I feel like we did the same heroic last time, so we should go do a different one now.
I think we did, yeah. But it's
What
cool.
happened to the galaxy large droid that Lando destroyed? What?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. I just remember his here, we can use it in a heroic transport.
Yeah.
No, we gotta get out of here first. But I remember Lando's ship during the Jedi Search books was the Love Commander. Lando's just laying pipe all
man.
over town.
I mean, can you blame the man?
I mean, if you're as smooth as Billy D. Williams, you might as well. Oh, God damn
He's
it.
got money, dude. It's ridiculous. The heroics, the aggro distance is absurd.
Oh, we have two groups like aggro towards us too.
Yeah, for real. Thankfully, my character is a master of Suresu. Fuck some of that damage.
God, that orange saber is just like so vivid.
I know, it's because it's orange with a red outline, so it's like
Oh, okay.
it really stands out.
He
Legacy
didn't
powers.
destroy the Silentium, if I remember correctly. I thought the Love Commander was a Legacy of the Force. That might be Legacy of the Force.
He has it for a long time, I think.
It's been a minute since I've reread through Legacy of the Force. That's like, weirdly enough, that's probably the series that I've read through the most in the expanded universe. And like, I know I don't like it, but I still like it. There's a part of my brain that still enjoys it, even though I know that it's like objectively not that good. Like I can't explain it. Like I just like eat it up like it's gruel or something.
I like Jason Solo, and I enjoy his fall. But
Yeah.
I do think that that series has a lot of problems. I'm super biased to it because it was the first one I read as it was coming out. So like I went to
Same.
like the midnight releases and stuff.
That's literally the
good
exact same
times.
story for me. It's the
Yeah.
first Star Wars series that I was like reading as like, you know, it was coming out or whatever. I wasn't old enough to like read New Jedi Order as it was being released.
Yeah, me
But
either.
I've read through New Jedi Order like maybe twice. I've reread Dark Tide 1 and 2 like probably 3 times because they're not very long books. Like they're pretty short.
Yeah.
So like I've reread through those a few times. But Legacy of the Force, I think I've maybe read like 3 or 4 times. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. New Remnants video is up. I was just told, check it out, Brian. Dude, I for sure will. Should we watch it on stream? How many types of lightsaber crystals are there? Way too fucking many, James.
Oh, a lot, dude. Yeah, the table in the Star Wars Saga Jedi Academy training manual, which they wrote as like an in-universe training manual, has over 100 crystals. And they all do different stuff and have different colors.
What do you think of Sorry, I just took like a big bite of coleslaw.
It's all right.
What do you think of like the Sith synthetic crystals versus the Disney canon shit where like they're bleeding crystals?
I like the synthetic idea way more. I think it makes... Because where it originally comes from is the Jedi exiles. When they were sent... Well, like after the 100-Year Darkness, when they were exiled and they landed on Korriban, they didn't have access to lightsaber crystals anymore. So for a while, they used blades. And then I think it was right near the time Magenta Paul died. They were like, we can make synthetic crystals instead.
Because do
So
you
they
get
started-
his sword or do you get his lightsaber?
You get his sword.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
And
replay through KOTOR 1.
Yeah, I did too. That game is so good.
It's dope.
But yeah, and then it became like a thing, like, because you know the Sith, like the whole philosophy is like, I don't need anyone. So it became like a thing, like we don't need Jedi lightsaber.
It's not a
crystals.
phase, Dad. I love
We make
synthetic
our own
crystals.
lightsaber crystals, okay?
Yeah, with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So I always appreciated that more. Fun fact: Luke has a synthetic crystal, but it's green.
is it the one that he
because-
built in like Obi-Wan's hut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was so paranoid that it was gonna come out red like Vader's.
He's like, oh no. He's like, please be green. Please be green.
Meditated in front of it for the whole time it was cooking. I think it was like 2 weeks, and just like poured the Force into it, and it came out green.
Hell yeah. We'll continue this conversation, but first, let's do the heroic transport for crushing the Jedi freedom fighters. Beep, boop, 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 beep. In your mission items. Let's see
do it.
here. There's a lot of objectively bad books that I kind of like. Republic Commando is probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, me too. I also like that book, but I never argue against people hating on it because I know. Like,
I've never given a shit about clone troopers or Mandalorians. Like, you know, that's just like not my thing. I'm all about the space wizards, 100%.
yeah. And
That's
like,
what I like about Star Wars.
I dig it, but like I think we have to take this elevator.
Eddie, time to put this account back in the basement to the lowest
not.
levels, baby. JT Lovecraft,
never mind.
synthetic is
We're here.
cooler because it makes the original red crystals extremely rare, but the bleeding is also cool because it's poetic. Yeah, I quite like the lightsaber bleeding, the crystal bleeding shit. I'm into that stuff. I think it's pretty cool. I can understand like the argument for synthetic crystals, but I think it's just like a cool like rite of passage for, you know, a Sith Lord to, or like anyone who's like a Darksider to just like pour all like their worst emotions into like making a lightsaber crystal. I dig it. There could be like a cool blend of those two things. It's like where like you make a synthetic crystal and then you have to like bleed the crystal. It could be like
Well, I
a cool
mean,
little combination there.
Luke even kind of does that with his crystal, just like in reverse, where he pours like his positive stuff into it. That's why it comes out green. So I mean, there's even precedent for it in Legends.
Ooh, somebody just ran through here and killed all these people, so we might have an easy time here.
Good stuff. I'm not gonna
Oh
say
shit,
no
never
to
mind. They
that.
already blew everything up, so we're gonna have to run over here.
Your lightsaber is cool as shit because it's like
I'm thinking about
a
turning it
different kind
to
of
red.
beam. That'd be cool too. I think it's the hilt that matters because it turns your beam into that like your energy beam looks really cool.
You can just like see it like coming through the center.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like almost like a beam of lightning.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it looks cool as shit.
Why do Mandalorians use jetpacks? I mean, it's just cool as shit,
That
man.
is a new thing. That is a new thing. That was not really always the case. There were some Mandalorians that used jetpacks, but like Boba Fett and Jango Fett, but that was it was used so often by Boba Fett and Jango Fett and people like that that it became a trope, and
Yeah.
that's why now Mandalorians use jetpacks.
I feel like that's like my biggest blind spot in Star Wars is what the fuck is going on with Mandalorians. Like, I just literally have no clue.
I really like them. Like, I enjoy, just because I really like nitty gritty world building like that. Like, one of the first things I was really into was Lord of the Rings and like the appendixes and stuff. And there's a lot of that
The
similar
Silmarillion?
stuff. Yeah, and like learning Elvish and like stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah, one
And,
of my
like,
best
there's
friends
a-
in high school knew how to speak Elvish.
I used to. I probably can't anymore. I can't remember a single word.
There's still a guy like blending over here into the wall.
I can't get
Bleeding
him.
was the thing in Legends 2. Jaden Core purified a dark Jedi crystal in Riptide.
No, that's different. It's so in KOTOR 2 is the first time you see that some crystals do grow in caves that are strong with the Force, and
Just like on
those
Ilum.
crystals, yeah, like on Ilum or like on the caves on Dantooine, and like those crystals do pick up the ambient force energy of the environment that they're in, or their wielder. So like if you are like super heavy on the dark side and you meditate on these crystals, you can attune them to your energy. And so like that's what he was doing. It wasn't necessarily that that crystal was bleeding. It's that was a force sensitive crystal essentially, and it had taken on a lot of dark energy. Like the best way to think of it is like those types of
Turn back
crystals
over
are
really
like
quick.
batteries for the force, and it can hold dark force energy, light force energy, and he just got rid of the dark force energy that was in that battery.
Oh, God, this guy's like cucking us by like running through here and blowing all these things up as we're trying. We have to wait for these things to respawn really quick.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Never
I just realized that RNGesus' profile picture is New Jedi Order Luke, but he lives in a society. RNGesus' profile picture is like my favorite fucking profile picture on all of Discord. Joker Luke, it's so good. Imagine what the first guy thought when he zapped someone with his fingers. Are there space elves in Star Wars? I'm sure. There's gotta be.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch. The Arcanians are some. The Achani probably fit as another species. Yeah. There's
They're just so
definitely-
near human. Like I like barely consider them a different species.
Fun fact. There is a planet in the Unknown Regions sourcebook. It's one of my favorite planets, and right now I can't remember the name of it. I'm
got one over
sorry,
here.
but so basically, an Imperial star. This planet is like late Bronze Age level technology, and an Imperial Star Destroyer crash lands on the
Oh
planet.
my God, that's gotta be fucking horrifying.
Yeah, and like basically what happens over time is the survivors on that Star Destroyer use it as like a castle. Like the control tower is the only thing that's left above ground.
Oh, I fuck with
They
that.
use
That's
it
a
as
good
like
idea.
a castle, and it's like a D&D setting, but in Star Wars. Like there's force sensitives, and they use that crash Star Destroyer as like their fortress, and they build what they call sun swords, which are lightsabers, and like all the species that were on the Star Destroyer spread out across the planet and became like fantasy trope races. Like the Duros are like explorers that sail the actual oceans.
Yeah.
Like it's so cool. It's one of my favorite planets. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
I would
wanna
fuck
see a
with that.
story
That's
there.
like, I still think that we should organize like a tabletop, like Star Wars RPG game set
Dude, I'd
during
be
the Legacy
so
era.
down. I'd be so down. Bro, we can do that. Like I have the rule book for that already. I wrote that like a year ago.
Hell fucking yeah, dude! I'm so down. Like we can just live stream it.
All right. You gotta give me like 2 weeks because I have to edit it. I only did the first draft, and we did play test it. Like Thine Ghost from the Praxim server and a couple others. We actually did play test it, and it works really well. But I have to make a couple of changes because it was the first draft when we did that. I need like 2 weeks. but we can totally get something together.
Now we have to kill some of these Jedi.
Okay.
Don't worry, man. I used to be a DM. I totally understand how fucking infuriating it is to like be a dungeon master. It's fun as shit though. I always loved it.
Yeah, me too. It's a good time. I can, like, I'll probably DM this. Like,
I'm fine with
if
that.
you want, we can make it like a series. You know what I mean? Where,
I'm
like,
totally
each of
down.
us- Like, I'll do the first arc, and then that way you guys can learn the system and all that stuff, and then we pass it off, and like each of us does one arc. That'd be fun as shit.
Can I be an Imperial Knight? That's my big question.
Yes, you can be.
You know I'm a huge Imperial Knight simp.
I purposely set the setting of the tabletop in the reconstruction after Darth Krait's death.
Oh, that's
Because,
sick
like-
as fuck, dude. Because like you can have like a singular Sith Lord as like a villain during that time period.
Exactly. Like
Yes.
like the galaxy's like completely basically the whole table got turned over and like everything's a free for all. So you can have literally anything from the entire breadth and scope of Star Wars because it's legacy. So like if you want to like I mean they even have that in the comics where they find like an old fire spray, like the Slave 1 ship, and they fix it up. You know what I mean? Like you can do all
Yeah.
that stuff. You can have a Sith Lord, you can do weird shit like the mingle if you want to.
The mingle. JT Lovecraft, I'd like to take Mountain Dew Baja Blast back to the time and give it to a caveman. I'm pretty sure his intestines would explode, like upon contact. Like I don't think there's like anything in like that era of human society that would prepare somebody for that level of insanity.
Sugar, dude. Like
I'm always been part of the anti Mountain Dew gang. It's the worst
I
of the
do
sodas
love
in my opinion.
Baja Blast.
You would. You fucking would. I knew you would.
Dude, I used to get hammered and then go to Taco Bell like 3 in the morning.
I mean,
and
you
that'd be
have
what
to
I
go to
would
Taco
get.
Bell at 3 in the morning when you're drunk. That's just like how it is.
I used to snag that Baja Blast.
Did you level up? Do you need to use my Malga statue?
No, it's okay. I think
Okay.
it auto levels up now, to be honest.
James Court also got to go. Ditch for a fish. See ya. Later, James. Good having you, buddy.
Later
As
on.
always. I think we just need to kill a couple more of these dudes.
We need to kill. I don't even see it. So,
I love that clip
we
that
have to
Eddie
shut
made
down.
of just you going, let's got to kill 6 more of these slaves.
yeah.
It's
The
so
reason I'm
fucking
never
bad out
gonna
of
be able to run for
context.
president.
Yeah. It's so funny, though. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if you gave a caveman Baja Blast, that person would die, and then everyone in his tribe would try to attack you.
10,000%.
Here,
we have
let's
to
just
shut
run
down
back
a
up this ramp.
communications console as well.
Yeah, I think we just need to run up here up this ramp and go do that. But dude, I'm so down to be an Imperial Knight because like that whole time period is just ripe for tabletop storytelling.
It really is. Like, it really, really is. I 100% agree with you. That's why I wrote the thing. I made it too so that you can be... So I included 22 different species, including droid or Yuzhan Vong.
Ooh, a Yuuzhan. Shit, yeah, it's like Yuuzhan Vong are like pretty involved during that time period too.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Dude, you're
So,
getting me hyped for this. You got to work on this immediately.
Alright, yo, give me 2 weeks to get the second draft
Dude, I'm
done,
so
and,
down.
And we'll do it. It's a really easy system, too. Like, it's easy. It's so easy that we can use... All we need is a dice roller that I already have access to.
Oh, dude, I would have to believe I have all the dice that I could possibly need.
Yeah, it's a 10 dice system. So, like...
Duck is
The way it
back. Hey,
works-
Duck, what's up, buddy? Bonk
What's up?
and gonk. Sorry, continue, Matthew.
But like the way it works is that your character sheet is divided between attributes and skills, basically. So like attributes are like fundamental things, like your strength or your dexterity or your charisma, like stuff that's like more intrinsic to your personality. And then skills are like, you know, like speed or piloting or like blasters, you know, like stuff you would learn, right?
Yeah.
And the way it works is that you build a dice pool by combining those. So like if you're trying to shoot somebody, it would be dexterity plus blasters. And it would be versa difficulty if it was like, let's say it was like a static situation where like you're like trying to do a trick, like you throw your hat in the air and shoot it. Then
Yeah.
it would be versa difficulty where you would add together your dexterity and your blaster, and you can have a total of 5 of each. You know, so you can have 10 dice.
Gotcha.
and an average difficulty would be 3. So like any dice that gets a 6 in between a 6 or a 10 is a success. So you would need to get 3 successes in order to shoot your hat.
I'm like doing like math on my head. This sounds like D20 but with extra steps, but I'll trust you.
It's way smoother than that. Like, I swear, I promise, it's way smooth. Once you start rolling with it, you'll see how smooth it is. Like, it's really, really easy to do.
Oh, Matt, your bloodlust fucked me. I was in the middle of putting on new gear.
Oh, no. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. I was just putting on gear, and I just saw you fly out, like, from off-screen across the map.
The dark side requires blood.
Yeah, I was in my inventory, and I just saw you go, whoom, flip off-screen. So
My
good.
bad.
No, you're all good.
This orange lightsaber requires sacrifice to continue to burn so bright.
But, dude, I'm so down to be an Imperial Knight. I think it'd
Yeah,
also
and,
be
like,
fun to be a Jedi during that time period, but, you know, Jedi are just space cops. You know?
I purposely wrote it. Like, you'll see when I'll share the document with you. You'll see when you read it. But I purposely wrote it so that both the Jedi and the Imperial Knights have a very big presence, because, like, Cade, basically the way I put it was like Cade basically assumes the role of Grand Master and is trying to rebuild the Jedi.
I don't even know
at the
who
same
would be the
time-
Grand Master outside of him. It would have to be, because Crook's still alive at the end of that.
He is, but like he's like really old.
I mean, he's old
so
as
old.
shit. Because
Yeah.
T. Ra's also dead. She dies, like, at the end of Legacy or whatever. She was like probably like the next to oldest Jedi outside of. She's the tree. She's the one who grew into like the Jedi,
Yeah.
that hidden Jedi temple or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, but I put it so that Cade is rebuilding the Order. So like, and like, because everything got so trashed, large portions of the galaxy outside the core, it's basically like a repeat of the Rusan era, where like it's like outside the core, it's like every man for himself. Like sometimes
Yeah.
even individual systems are on their own, you know. So,
I mean,
like,
that's
the
like I feel like
Jedi-
that's how it's been like after every single war in Star Wars, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, like, you gotta recover, you know? So, like, Cade's trying to rebuild the Order, but at the same time deal with that. So they're stretched very thin, which means that the Imperial Knights, like, the Fel Empire is also trying to rebuild, but, like
And
they had
Mara C
those
is just being a
policies.
bitch the whole time. The
She
moment
is-
she becomes Empress, she's just like, I'm just gonna be a dick now, for no reason.
She is Empress, and she is a bit of a dick.
Yeah. Eddie
But-
says that he left for a bit and he wants to know what we're talking about.
Oh,
We're talking about doing a tabletop RPG set during the Legacy time period.
which would be super fun.
And Matt would be the one DMing it. And I'm fine with that because I don't have the brain capacity to do that.
At least the first episode. I think I know a couple folks that would be super into playing, so we can get a group of like 4 of us together.
I wonder if we could convince Tad to do it.
Oh hell yeah, he'd be so down, dude. And I even like I have stuff in the book for Mandalorians,
Oh.
so he would definitely be about that.
What the fuck is the name of that Mandalorian who appears for one issue of Legacy? I can never remember his name.
Yeah, me either. But his armor's so cool.
That's the only reason why people like his character, because there's no other distinguishing features outside of like he just got betrayed, which is like just
Yeah.
base level motivation. But his whole armor set is just sick as shit.
It really is,
Black and gold, like how can you be mad about that?
and it looks so cool too. It looks like a natural like futuristic evolution of what Boba Fett would use.
And that's like that's the shit that I like so much about Legacy, is just like seeing how the galaxy evolves, because it really does feel like a continuation of the EU. Like it feels like it's like, that's why I've told you I think it's like a good bookend for the expanded universe, because it ties in so much shit.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. And then
Alexander
you can
is
just
back.
keep it-
Alexander, what is up, my dude?
Nice, everybody's coming back.
Everyone's in and out, in and out.
Can't get enough.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I'm just like running around. fuck off, guy.
What are we here to do?
Seemingly just kill people, I feel, is always just like the base level.
We have to fuel the dark side with sacrifice.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be going over
Oh, this way.
direction?
Yeah, Agent Medell Felth is up here. What a name.
Yeah,
Felth.
what a name.
Hey, imps. What's good?
Yeah, but dude, I don't give a shit even if like nobody watches like our stuff. Like I'm just like down to play it.
Yeah, that'd be fun as hell.
Del Felth. That is a fucking ridiculous name.
Right.
They just put this like 2 characteristics into like a Star Wars name generator.
Oh, I could have joined that conversation.
I thought you were right there with me.
I just didn't get there quick enough. I ran around the table because I was on auto run.
I've been known to stop or
The
start
Duros
a few
sector.
wars in my day.
They call this place the Duros sector. But it's not just
Oh,
Duros.
says he's
We're both going through
immortal.
the same. I'm just gonna skip through this shit
Fletcher
just so I can get back to the game.
every team I've sent to retrieve the records.
Looks like we're going after records against a gang leader who appears to be immortal.
This trap and survive.
That sounds like an unlikely story.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Perhaps I was unclear.
There's an exploration mission over here if you want to get this.
Alexander, you know I just can't get enough of you.
Admiral Durand Arge is still alive.
Me or Matu?
Once you have the records,
Which one do you find sexier? Rate us right now.
they can also use one of our
He only
own.
knows me by my voice.
Which one do you want to buck? Let me see here. I gotta send my companion to sell some shit. Sell trash items. Who can?
Who can fuck us?
Who can?
I suppose
fuck
that
us?
depends on the price.
That's definitely not what Eddie meant, but I love where your mind was. Who can fuck us? I mean, hopefully just my wife, but
I mean, it depends on how much they're offering.
Matt. Yeah, Ben, are you telling me right now you'd rather fuck Matu over me? This is bullshit, buddy. Hey, you're in my Discord, goddammit. You want to fuck me? This conversation has gotten so stupid. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that got me, yo.
Oh my god. No one clip that out of context, please. Jesus
Definitely
Christ.
not running for president now. You know
Yeah.
Eddie's already editing that shit out.
That's just gonna be like the. Do you really want to vote for Darth Matu for president? I gotta kill 6 more of these slaves. Who do you want to fuck more, me or Brian? Ben, maybe. Thanks, Ben. I thought we were closer than that, man. I thought we were homies. I thought we were just 2 dudes who could bang. Oh my god, this is such a dumb conversation.
Shit.
Jesus Christ. My steak's just over here getting cold. I don't have a knife to cut it.
You just gotta eat that shit with your hands.
I mean, I was earlier. I feel like I just want to kill this guy just because.
See, you got in the way, citizen. This is why you don't walk around Nar Shadda at night.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dark out here. It's a lot of nice things you got there. It would be a shame if anything happened to him.
Stab.
Yeah.
It's called. So this happened to me once. It's called the Baltimore pickpocket. Somebody comes up behind you with like a little pocket knife, and they stab you in the back. And then when you're on the ground writhing in pain, they take the shit out of your pockets.
Is this like a Glasgow kiss?
What is that?
It's just a headbutt.
Yeah.
I totally didn't need to kill those guys, but I just kind of got off on it. Math, because I never saw his face. I'm assuming you mean not to. Okay, look. All right, guys, look. I think I'm a pretty fuckable guy, all right? I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick here in more ways than one.
Yeah, you're definitely more handsome than I am, 100%. I
Oh,
look like I'm 12
nonsense.
years
Shut
old.
up. Shut up.
That's the truth. I look like I'm 12.
I remember saying to you, like, when we got in that first episode of that podcast, I said you look exactly how I thought you would. You're like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh shit, look at this dude. He got crucified.
Oh,
Yo,
damn,
his
that's
face
dark.
His face is even kind of fucked up.
Empire caved his face in.
I don't think I can interact with this.
Oh, fuck. We need to wait for these guys to do this. Everyone's doing the heroic all at once. Alright, I will help this guy out. Why not?
Might as well.
The GTA pickpocketer. It's, coming up and stabbing
That's the
someone.
GTA pickpocket.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Hey man, that happened to me in real life. All right, they use like a little like inch-long pen knife and then just
Just enough to
It-
not kill you.
It hurts so bad.
I
could Like, imagine literally- being Dropped like a sack of potatoes, like straight to the ground, and then the dude freaking snags your wallet out of your pocket while you're down, and then it's gone, like a thief in the night.
Dude, Baltimore seems like rough as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's where all the best hardcore music comes from, though. Like all the punk scene in Baltimore, it's the shit.
Dude, there's a place there called Soundstage. It's literally like this blank, empty concrete room in the basement.
God damn it!
of an
This fucking
office
guy got
building.
in just before us. Son of a bitch.
Fuck, I should have hit it. Damn.
God damn it.
But yeah, that shit. I've been to some shows there, dude. I went to a Tyler the Creator show where I literally thought I was gonna die because the crowd was so wild and I was like being like crushed.
I've been to a
fun.
Tyler the Creator show.
It was great. Oh, dude, he's so good live. It was like him and all his buddies, you know. So it was like
Yeah.
I don't know what they call that group.
Odd
they're a part
Future?
of. Odd Future, yeah. It was like all them.
Odd Future Wolfgang. Matu,
Yeah.
you need to start writing the goddamn book.
What book?
Is what Eddie says. Your
Oh,
memoirs.
How am I alive?
Darth Matu, an erotic life.
An erotic life.
Yeah. Wait, did we finally get this guy? Did we? Oh, we
I think
do
we
this
did,
last.
yeah. I think this one's ours.
We could have just like joined up in a group with all those dudes and not had to kill this guy 3 times, but whatever.
I always wonder that. Like, why don't people do that? Where did he go?
Yeah, what the fuck? Wait, did he just glitch? Oh no, he just went invisible.
Oh.
We had a full-on brain chart just then.
How many Sith Lords does it take to find the gang leader?
Yeah. Okay, where do we go now? Oh, we gotta run back to the Imperial.
Can we use our
spot.
speeders? I think we can. Oh, we can.
Boom. Got my big wheel out.
That thing is sick, though.
It's my big General Grievous hamster wheel.
I was looking at speeders, but I really like this one because it's like.
Hold on, this citizen doesn't look like he's doing his duty. Alright. Sorry about that, fellas. Go about your business. Okay. I'm just gonna
You
speed right
kinda-
by these guys.
You kind of look like the Inquisitor. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
god damn it.
You kind of look like the Inquisitors, too. With that helmet.
I am made like a second sister. It's the second sister or seventh sister, whichever it was, whichever one it is in Fallen Order.
She's seventh sister?
It's one of those two. Like I made like a costume that basically looked like hers in SWTOR.
Nice, that's cool. like her
Alexander,
helmet a lot.
you of course. I am working on our friend's farm, so I need a lot of sleep since I'll be working the entire day. I wish I could stay, but I'm really tired. Good night. No worries, man. I manual
well,
labor
sir.
is exhausting, so you do you,
It
man.
really is.
I just held my like 20-pound camera for like 10 hours yesterday. And even that, like just holding it in my hands, my forearms were like almost impossible to close by the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a good workout. Fun fact, that's one of the main workouts at... So, I was at boot camp once, and I got the hardest workout of my life from holding a towel in front of me.
I could definitely see that.
They made us hold our towel in front of us, like pulling it taut, straight, elbows locked out, straight in front of you, equal with your shoulders, and I had to hold that for like 3 hours, and like
Dude, that's fucking
by the end
brutal.
of it, oh dude, I was like shaking.
Dude, I can't even imagine. That's why I wouldn't join the military. I'm just too much of a pussy. Oh wait, hold on. I almost walked by without punishing these guys.
If I tried to do that shit now, I would definitely die.
My forearms would just explode. There's like no chance I can
Yeah.
get through that.
I'm so old and out of shape now. there's no way.
I feel like I'm like definitely in the best shape that I've been in like of my entire life. Like I'm definitely the strongest I've ever been. But goddamn, is my
Not me.
cardio health so bad.
Your trap's been sprung.
I think I might be a hologram here. Oh, your dude sounds cool. That helmet.
Lord Eddie's Cantina. Boots have camps? Yes, boots have camps.
He can't know about this. I was supposed to.
What exactly would you prefer? I didn't know.
You see this man floating next to us?
Your fun.
Oh, what the fuck? He's got 2 ropes in his hands.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I know who they are. I would make a poor
They're like
show of
dowsing
myself
rods.
if I failed
He's
to
using the
recognize
force
so
right
many
now.
heroes of the Empire in one place. Are you more inclined
Nope.
than Agent Maddle
Get the
to
fuck
tell me
outta here,
what
guy.
has just been
Now,
done?
now he's just photobombing the
Has
shit
this
out of
come
us.
From the flame?
Any idea why he'd have it in for you personally?
Damn, you sound dope as shit.
You must know I've been
So does your guy though.
It's that Malik
Tell them the
mouthpiece.
Empire would draw billions
Yeah, I
of
love it.
dollars of
I
business from Nar Shadda
really
and
want to
the
learn to.
Shaddaa
I need to get
failure.
a Premiere Audition, Adobe Audition, so I can replicate that voice.
There's got to be a way you can duplicate that in Premiere, I imagine.
Coup for the flame.
I have no idea how.
Of targeting
I'll
the
look into it.
Empire.
You're the man, bro.
When I meet with the
For
House,
real.
Your activities have made an impression on the cartel.
Give me the deeds.
Exactly do you expect from
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Chester.
The meeting. Help the Hutts see the wisdom of cooperating. If you're interested, I suggest you go first.
The character models, like from the base game, like when it originally came out, looks like you look at like our armor sets and you can see all the high texture details in them.
Yeah.
These guys just look like claymation.
Yeah, legit. You can tell the difference for real.
Meeting to be cleared before he leaves.
Bada bing, bada
I'm-
boom.
Nice. There we go.
Let's see here. How am I still not leveled up? I feel like I'm just like doing a shitload of stuff.
I'm really close to leveling up. There's a story right across the way from us. Looks
Don't
like.
mind me. I'm just getting sucked into a portal. Okay.
And
Across the way from us. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go and get a knife for my steak really quick.
yeah, take your time, dude.
Oh, there's a spider right here.
No rush.
buddy. It was your time.
Bro, I walked into a spider the other day. I almost had a fucking heart attack. To all those watching, that was the sound of Rick, my bubbler. Rick is one of my best friends, even though I just got him like a week ago. The Southern Historian, how you doing, sir? My name's Darth Matu. Brian is currently getting a knife for his steak. But he'll be back in a second. How you doing, sir? Or madam? Or anything in between that?
I got a knife.
He has returned.
Stand back. I've got a knife. Southern Historian. What is that, my dude? That's a definitely an interesting name.
Yeah.
Rickiest Rick. Dude, I'm sure the steak is just going to be fucking ice cold at this point.
Lord
Taking a bite
Eddie's
of it.
Cantina. It's covered with Rick. So on one side, it's him being arrested but flipping me off. And on the other side, it's him smoking a bowl, but the bowl is his own head that's melting like it's ice cream. And then inside of it, that you can only see if you're smoking it, it's Rick and that Freddy Krueger dude, knife hands, smoking a joint.
Arn Jesus says he was away for a bit, cleaning his keyboard. What were you
Well-
cleaning off of your keyboard there, Arn Jesus?
It's like that episode of South Park. It was a spooky ghost.
Yeah. Arn Jesus is just blowing rope all over his room to his Ahsoka Tano Rule 34. I do history content on YouTube, hence the name.
Oh, that's cool.
The Southern Historian. I see. Been a bit since I played this
Nice.
game. The last time I did play, I was an Imperial Agent. Imperial Agent's the best storyline in this game, by far.
I haven't done it yet. I'm saving it for last.
Dude, it's gonna
Specifically
blow your
because you
tits
said
off.
It was the best. I'm
God.
I'm gonna get there eventually.
The steak would have been really good with whiskey when it was still warm. Spilled
Bro,
some
I told
coffee.
you.
Sure you did.
Just take your time, man. Enjoy your shit. People don't mind. It's like a meme at this point.
That I'm eating every single stream.
Yeah, you know. Plus, it gives us a chance to talk Star Wars.
I will say, it is fucking nuts that we hit 19,000 subs.
Yo, congrats, by the way. I forgot to mention
brother.
that.
Thank you,
I saw
brother.
your announcement, though. That's sick. You're going to hit 50,000 by Christmas. I'm calling it. At least by Christmas, if not
I'd be very
before that.
fucking down for that, dude.
I bet you're going to.
Southern Historian, like, what kind of history content are we talking? We talking World War II? We talking just Civil War shit? I'm just going based off of your name. Lord Eddie, with you guys saying my nickname, I now know this name is bad. Lord Eddie's Cantina. I thought you were just talking about how I just decided that your name was now just Eddie. Because I couldn't pronounce your real name.
Adun? How do you say your real name, Eddie? Can you
Edu?
phonetically spell it in the chat? Edu? Edu? Brazilian Portuguese, they speak with their nose.
Portugal. You mostly do American Civil War.
Fair enough.
You ever read a Henry Turtledove novel? They're all about, like, what if the South won? But they're all so poorly fucking written.
Dude, there's a really good documentary actually called CSA, Confederate States of America, and it's shot as if it's like a documentary that is it like an in-universe documentary from this alternate history where the South won, and like it's intercut with commercials for stuff like the bracelet, which is like a tracking device for your slave.
Oh,
It's
Jesus Christ. That's so grim.
Dude, it is, and like it's a mockumentary, but like, and like it's really good because it slaps you in the face with it like that. Like it talks about the actual plans that the South had if they had one, like they had plans to invade South America, like stuff like that.
Of
Like,
course they would.
how they would have interacted with Hitler, like all this stuff, and it's like intercut with these commercials that are like from the modern day. This documentary I think was like early 2000s, and it's stuff like that, you know? It's like, and it really slaps you in the face with it, like, wow.
I would love it if it was
watch
just some
it.
shit like, what if Blink-182, but slaves?
Dude, it really is stuff like that, and like
Hell
instead
yeah.
of cops, it's like catchers is what it's
Oh,
called.
Christ.
Yeah, dude, it's nut. I really recommend that that everybody watches it. Like, it's a really hard subject. That is a really hard subject to face, but I feel like it's important to look at it from that side of things because it illustrates just how horrific it is.
I remember I was
Like-
watching like an alternate history hub video where he was talking about how even if the South had won, eventually they would have to give up slavery because the rest of the world was giving it up over time. You know what I mean? Ray Mugg. Hey, he's alive. I am alive. I've been away for 3 days. It feels like I've been gone for like no joke. It feels like I've been gone for like a month. Like it's
84 years.
It's gonna sound weird, but I love hanging out with you guys. I know we're not all in the same room, but I like live streaming a lot more than I thought I would because I consume zero live streaming content. The Southern Historian, yeah, I read him in there. Something all right. Yeah, Henry Turtledove. He wrote a book that's essentially like, what if the Civil War, but a time traveler brought back AK-47s. That's the premise. That's all it is. No good. It's not good. I'm a huge slut
Yeah.
for alternate history shit.
Yeah.
And so I bought one of his books. It's like, man, this is just fucking bad. This is no good.
I like alternate history stuff too.
That's why I love Fallout.
Yeah, me too. Agreed.
Lord Eddie, you love us. Gotta say, man, I do love hanging out with you fucking nerds.
Dude, it is fun. Like even when you don't have me on the live stream, like just hanging out in the chat, it's a good time.
I'm glad to hear that. But I do enjoy having you on the live stream all the time, though. I wish that we could. I wish that this was like just our jobs. We could just shoot the shit about Star Wars all the time.
I mean, it might be for you soon. You lucky son bitch.
It'd be nice. But dude, you're getting there, brother. You're getting there. How many subs have you gained from those shorts?
Like 100.
Dude,
almost.
come on, man. You're getting there. RNGesus says, I love you more. RNGesus, we're about to do that thing where we both just tell each other, no, you hang up. I love you. No, you hang up. It's a good time. You're very talkative, and this with this is way better than a lot of streamers. That's because I have crippling ADHD, so I...
Me too, yo.
Dude, I could just talk. Like, there are times where I'm talking to my wife. I'm just talking. I'm explaining something in Star Wars that she already knows about, and she's like, yeah, I know who Kate Skywalker is. She's like, you don't need to explain all over again who Kate Skywalker is. You need to watch Alternate History Hub. Eddie, who do you think I am? Do you think I haven't seen Alternate History Hub? Of course I've seen Alternate History Hub. I love his video on Attack on Titan. Because there's a line in it where he goes, there's a bunch of these warring houses in Attack on Titan. He goes, just like Game of Thrones, I hear you say, Billy. Yes, Billy. Just like your Game of Thrones. Such a good fucking line. But a huge fan of the Philip K. Dick book, Man in the High Castle. Nothing like the TV show. It's like the TV show. Like the TV show follows it a little bit, but it gets way off track very quickly.
By the end of it, it does for sure.
And I mean, the book is like super ambiguous. Like it's not. I don't want to spoil it. Everyone should go read it. Right. Let's.
That is a really good book.
Let's go do that story mission across the street from us.
Let's do it. Right behind you, sir.
But I'm convinced that everybody who live streams just has like terrible ADHD, and that's why they can just like talk into a void for so long. I find a lot of live stream content to be, I like a heavily edited product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like with everything cleaned up. I've come to appreciate that a lot too, especially since I met you.
You're an editor now. You know what's up.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I still have a lot to learn.
I remember like watching your original like intro or whatever, and I was like, how am I going to approach this guy and say that I can make him something without it sounding like I'm being a dick?
Oh, dude, I don't care. Like that type of stuff. That was honestly one of the huge adjustments for me when I got out of the Marines, because in the Marines that's so, but like if there's something like that, it's not even a thing. Like somebody walks up and says something like that, you're just like, oh, okay, cool, and like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I honestly appreciate the fact that you even mentioned that it could be improved, like, and the fact that you're willing to put in the work to do it, like that's awesome, you know.
There's like it's not a joke. Like legitimately, there's been several other YouTubers like where I've seen like their intros or whatever. I'm like, I feel like I should just make them some shit and just like DM it to them.
I mean, I appreciate the shit out of it. At least, like, I can't speak for other people, you know?
Because it almost seems like an insult, where it's like, hey, your stuff sucks. Here's my intro that I made that I think is better.
No, I can't speak for other people, but I never saw it that way. I'm glad. I felt like I could tell you. I was like, hey, I can make you something good here. It's a little outdated. Let's make something a little bit more up to date. And Lord Eddie says, Matthew, you need to do streams too. He does. He does. He do. Perhaps. I do have a camera. I bought it for Praxi Chat. Oh, this is the same species as Dirge.
Wait, is it?
Yeah. Dengai or whatever.
I just call them noodle men.
That's why he's quote unquote immortal.
I do not know if I can.
Is that what Dirge looks like underneath his mask?
Yep.
I assumed he just looked like a series of ropes.
I know, right? That is kind of the implication, but SWTOR gave them a face.
Sold them as slaves. In fact, every species here has suffered an unprovoked attack by your.
Ooh, look, it's an Ahsoka Tano.
He's a terrorist. He raised an army against the Empire. Destroy him.
They look really cool.
We're gonna have to go dark side, you know.
I was gonna say, I'm
It's
going
always
now.
dark
You
side.
die.
Yeah.
Your guy sounds cool as shit.
Learned that I do not die easily.
It's me, Gylo Man.
I've been on your world. I know the secret of your people. Gendai have no hearts or brains to fail. The only way to destroy them is to shred the bodies and scatter them. But we
Okay, man, you're bordering on racism, so like maybe tone it down a little bit.
How many of you crawled? 2? 10?
I know you're kind.
Kill them all!
He's huge. Fighting Dirge right now. Oh shit.
Oh goddamn, he actually is fucking up a little
Hold on, I'm gonna force choke Dirge. Yes.
bit. What are you force choking? That's my question.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's just force holding at that point.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have you here, my friends. I'll call
My
Agent
friends,
Maddox
two
and
very
her
dangerous
back.
looking Sith
I
Lords.
suggest you make a full report. My men and I will stay here to ensure the Gendai.
But as Southern Historian, I'm definitely gonna have to go and watch some of your shit. I'm a huge fan of anything history related.
Without him, the aliens
Yeah,
would
me
never
too.
fall
Like, honestly.
I'm certain
So
Agent
I'll
Maddox
definitely
will
check
be
you
able
out,
to
man.
mop up.
RNGesus, Jendai is 2 letters away from a very interesting word. I feel like it's intentional. Oh god, I'm afraid to ask what tentacle species with a name like that, and they knew what they were doing. Hell yeah. Tentacle species. Oh, hentai. Duh. Jesus Christ. It took me. I was like, what does he mean? What are you talking about?
Shit. Yeah.
There's
It
a
sounds
meme that I see
kinda
pop up
insane
on
when you
Reddit
say
every
it
once in a
out
while.
loud.
There's a meme I see pop up on Reddit every once in a while where it's like, you guys do know that Christians believe that Christ died for our sins, and he's watching us butts rope to Sonic hentai. So gross.
Shit.
I don't know if you can tell, but I've gotten a little bit whiskey tipsy.
You know, I had exactly 2 beers, so I feel pretty good too.
Since we were
Yeah, but-
like in higher elevation, I was like, well, I can't have any booze here because I'll get like hammered. like super easily.
That's why you gotta eat. That's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
You gotta get that steak in your stomach.
Yep. I'm one step away from talking politics. No, I'm joking. Okay, eliminate. Okay, we got to kill some more of these dudes.
All right.
Anti-Empire organizers. Take that guy fighting for his civil rights.
Yeah, how dare you, sir? I am the equivalent of the dogs.
Yeah. Glorious. It is glorious, RNGesus. Thank you.
But yeah, Southern Historian, I grew up, I don't know if he's still here, but I grew up around Gettysburg. And my grandfather was actually a historian. He was a curator at the Smithsonian in D.C.
Wait, I like
so
we're
every
doing that
summer,
right
he would take us to Gettysburg for a full week, like a whole week. So I know that battlefield like the back of my hand.
Yay, it's murder time. I don't think that counted towards any of our kills. Eliminate the Flames forces. Who are the Flames? Are these anti-Empire organizers, not the Flames force? Okay, they're over here.
Is that a bonus, though?
I think it's a bonus. We might as well get it. We're here anyways.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's a little bit of murder on the side, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit. My phone's ringing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, just mute your
Sorry.
microphone. All right, guys, it's just you and I. It's just us, chat. Let's get real intimate with it. Let's get real intimate. How have you guys been? It was a little bit of a legitimately, it was like being away from like the internet for 3 days, like out in a shoot. I was legitimately like, is it weird that like I like actually miss like my Basement Boyz? I'm missing the basement guys. 2 more beers and we get Brian talking about building a wall in Canada. If there's one thing we got to do, it's to keep out all those hockey players. Which I could go to Gettysburg, but you're limited when you live in Texas, especially with gas and everything rising. Ray Mug, fine. Ray, I gotta ask you, was I giving you shit in my comment section in an earlier video? I legitimately can't remember. I remember having like a conversation with somebody about Kenobi. But yeah, gas prices are absolutely fucking insane. We just like went like on a trip and having to buy gasoline like to get there. Jesus Christ. But I mean, like plane tickets have gotten super expensive too. I used to be able to fly to Denver for like $70. Like one ticket there would be $70, ticket back would be $70. You used to be able to get back and forth. But then after all the restrictions started to like ease up, more people started to fly and they ruined my cheap plane tickets. I don't know. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, Ray, I don't know if we're arguing or not in the comment sections, but some fucking chump was like,
Hey, man, I'll catch up to you. I'll be right back.
no worries. Some fucking chump in my comment section was like, oh, just Disney ruining Obi-Wan. I'm like, we're 3 episodes in, man. At least wait for it to get close to the finale before you start talking shit on it, you know? But yeah, I love all of that, like that historical shit. Like, take me to a ghost town on the East Coast where it's like you go to like an historical neighborhood, like where everything's like original, like brick, like cobblestone streets and shit like that. Love that shit. Don't you guys invade a country if it has oil? Okay, look, we only got into a 20-year invasion over some oil, all right? What's a little bit of oil between bros, you know? Dude, I went to Tennessee for the anniversary of the Battle of Shiloh, Tennessee, and it costed us nearly $1,000 for gas. We were just like, holy hell, worth the trip, but still. Yeah, man, it's a very weird time to be alive, I'm not going to lie to you. That's not a commentary on anything political. It's just, we've lived through, like, 20 years of history in the last, like year. It's just been, like, a crazy time to be alive. Fun fact for you guys. I started a business. I remember thinking, I quit my job Halloween of 2019. Like, 2 days before Halloween started. I quit my job, and I started a company. I was going to start my own business or whatever. And I was like, this is going to be my fucking time. It's going to be awesome. Like 2020 is going to be my year, baby. I remember going out for Halloween and I got like pretty drunk because we were like all celebrating, you know, it's Halloween and it's like we're going to like I'm going to be starting a business. It's like this whole huge thing. 2 months later, I see some Reddit threads about some shit happening in China. Next thing I know, oh boy. Look Stormy and the Bee. Dude, Stormy's always in the background. I love that Stormy's got his own mythos now. Skooma Joe, hey yo boyos. Skooma, what is up, my dude? I know that you said that you were going to make it, but now that you're here, the stream has officially popped off. But I love that you guys have added some lore to Stormy. He's just like a grizzled war veteran who's seen some shit. I love it. The basement lore, it's expanding. Zach and I, we have like a shoot planned. It's going to add more shit to the basement lore. It's coming up here pretty soon. We're definitely looking to do some more long form content for sure. At least I am. Like, that's what I want to do. Welcome, Joe. Yeah, he's always a welcome addition to the basement. But yeah, so I don't know if most of you guys are like even remotely active in our Discord. You've probably seen that I was saying like I wanted to make some form of merch. And when I say that, I want to make like a super, super, super limited run of some shit. Like we're toying with the idea of starting a Patreon when we hit 20,000, but I don't know that we'll do that for sure. But what we're thinking is we start a Patreon. There's only gonna be one level. It's gonna be chucking a buck, $1 a month. And once we get to like a certain amount of Patreon members, we'll send like a limited run of like 10 Barb's Basement sweatshirts to like the first people who subscribe to the Patreon stuff. 100% would not be like, we probably wouldn't be able to make content like behind a paywall is like our whole thing. So it would just be like, only pay $1 if you feel like supporting it. And we'll like use that to like, you know, just get some shit for the basement to make it cooler. Basement miniseries, dude, fuck yeah. We'll do a 6-episode short about basement lore. Stormypedia. Oh, Matt, are you back?
Kind of. I have to repack my bubbler. It'll only take like 30 seconds. I
No worries,
apologize
no
for
worries.
that. My neighbor got into a fight and he was getting into the ambulance and he had to tell me something.
Jesus Christ.
I live in
Baltimore.
the ghetto.
Dude, it's popping off over there. But yeah,
I'll be right back.
whenever we do start a Patreon, don't feel any need to subscribe to it. It's only if like you got disposable income and you want to pay for it. We'll probably do like a once a month like stream where it's just like we just all hang out, do a Q&A or some shit. But we don't want it to feel like you're paying for access to us, I guess, is our whole thing. But yeah, we feel like the basement's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. We want this to be our jobs eventually so we can do it full time. But yeah, we'll see how that stuff goes. But I was looking into like finding a vendor somewhere who would like do patches, like this dime hoodie. Boom. Like that's a pretty decent patch. Making a logo for the Barb's Basement stuff, just sewing it in, sending it out to the first 10 people who subscribe on Patreon. That way you have like a piece of basement lore. You know what I mean? Chad Bryan. I feel like Brian's already a Chad name. You know what I mean?
Oh God, they're killing us.
Yeah.
I literally just got back to this. Talk about timing.
For real. I think we've gotten all the bonus stuff that we need for this area, so we can probably move on.
Okay.
But I also have literally no idea how Patreon works, so we're a little ways off from that working out.
It's pretty simple. I just set up the one for the Praxium. It's if you're just doing the one tier, it's real easy. Like super easy.
Yeah.
You can actually link it to your Discord. So like
Oh hell yeah.
so like you can make it so that people that donate to your Patreon have access to exclusive channels on your Discord.
Oh fuck yeah.
Which is cool.
Lord Eddie says you guys could use the YouTube membership thing instead of creating a Patreon. That's true. So this is a bit of like inside baseball for you guys. We're waiting for like that. Basically the way AdSense works. Like we're always gonna be honest with you guys about like any of our shit. Basically the way that AdSense works is they send you like your first check and then it's like a month later you get it. And that's like when they open up your account or whatever. So once that goes through, we'll have access to the YouTube membership shit.
So what is that? I'd never heard of that.
It's kind of like subscribing to somebody on Twitch, like where like you pay like $5, you subscribe to them, and like we can name
It's being credited
member or
for
something, like so we can name them like Basement
We'll take
Boyz.
on another task for us.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
have a
Okay.
message from General Colville
Cool.
of the Imperial
Damn, yo, you're getting into the
Reclamation
pro leagues.
You know, we're getting close. We're getting like pro league adjacent.
That's dope, yo. Congrats, man, for real. That's fucking sick.
We would
The next
fucking
Star
love
Wars
if it was like a
theory
full
right
time
here.
gig. What's up?
I said the next Star Wars theory right here.
Bro, I'm telling you, the moment I'm big enough to have a conversation with Star Wars Theory, I'm challenging that dude to a deadlifting contest. It's happening. The moment I can, it's gonna happen.
That's great, yo. You have to make your own fan film and spend $1 million on it. And you have an actual
Yeah.
production company, so like,
I mean, I think that he hired like a director for hire guy to like work on it. I don't remember what that whole situation was, but
he went all out on it. I mean,
Yeah.
it came out great. Like that fan film's really good.
yeah, of course. I'm a basement boy. I'm a basement boy. We'll have to commission you to write a Basement Boy theme song.
You can get Kyle to compose it.
Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, I forgot that Kyle does that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He would be happy to do it too. He's trying to get an LLC started where he does that shit.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm a basement in a basement world, basement boy. Ray Mugg, not gonna lie, Inquisitor in Star Wars Rebels is like that guy. But like Grand Inquisitor and Obi-Wan Kenobi could have been looking better, but he's still a baddie in my heart.
There's a side quest here.
I don't know fully what that means, but I'll believe you. Are you
Oh,
trying
don't-
to say that you want to clap cheeks on the Grand Inquisitor? Normal YouTubers doing boxing matches, real Chads having deadlift contests for the control of entire channels. I'm telling you right now, you think I won't deadlift Star Wars Theory to take over his channel? We'll do it for slips, for pink slips, baby. I'll have complete ownership of Star Wars Theory because I'll train. I'll train so hard. I'm gonna drink a gallon of milk a day. All right, sorry, that was my inner pro wrestler coming out. Anyways, if you want to play a good history game, I suggest Tactician: The Civil War. It's the flat out
Yo.
amazing, in my opinion, best strategy game in years.
The Southern Historian. Check out Ultimate General Civil War. It's fantastic. If you're into Grand Tactician, you'll really like Ultimate General. It's really, 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 really good.
I don't know what quest I just picked up, but it was something.
Oh,
But,
I dropped it because it wants us to go back to that outpost we just left. Which fuck that.
Okay, cool. But I'm pretty sure that Ray is trying to say that he would clap Grand Inquisitor's cheeks, which, hey man, each their own. What should we do now? We have like a shitload of heroics down at the upper industrial sector taxi.
I guess, and there's a story mission there, so you want to go there.
Let's just do that. We'll take the scenic route. You can manage
I
either
love-
Union or CSA make armies to lead manage your government. I'm actually going to check this out because I'm kind of a horror for strategy games.
Dude, if you're check out Ultimate General too. Like I'm telling you, it's the same thing.
Have you ever
the way
played
it works-
Banished? That's not like it's not technically a real time strategy game, but it's like a resource management game.
Yeah, that's
It's
one
the
of my
shit.
great. It's a city. I love city builders like
Same.
that, dude.
Same.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite
Skuma
things.
Joe, Brian will military press Star Wars Theory over his head easily. It would be so easy. I don't even know what my overhead military press would be.
Mine
know,
was
my-
like 225. when I
My,
was
my
at
deadlift is
height.
pretty solid. My bench press is pretty solid as well.
You probably lift more than I do now.
Dude, I didn't lift for 3 days, and I was like, fuck. Like you can feel it, like
You can
setting
tell,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, you like, all of a sudden you start to ache. Hold on. Now mans don't want to clap him, but Ray, we need some
Dude.
clarification on what's going on with this line of thought.
I love these taxi rides through Nar Shadda. Like they are cool as fuck.
Same thing with Coruscant.
Yeah.
I wish that we
legit.
could both get in the same one so we don't like warp into one another.
Yeah, that'd be cool. At least we can get on the same ship now.
Yeah, true. We can run over and do this questy boy over here.
On you, sir.
Southern Historian, you played HOI 4. What the fuck is that?
Hearts of Iron 4.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. that's
I
a
know
good
the
game.
Alternate History Hub has done some videos on that. Last time I military press, I was doing 100 100 pounds. I could bench 200, but I haven't lifted in years. Bro, there's nothing that makes you feel better just like being a dude than just lifting some heavy ass weight.
Or engaging in some type of sports or physical activity.
Yeah, just like any physical activity, really.
Bro,
I've been
let me tell you, I
skateboarding a shit
realized
ton
that
lately.
it feels so like I remember I was tripping balls. I took LSD and we went out and we were throwing the football.
I like how you slid that in so casually.
But I mean, it was one of those days. There's a side quest here too, which is cool. But we were throwing the football, and I could feel like every single fiber of my muscles, and it was the most amazing feeling of my life. And I just remember being like, man, this is why I'll always do like something physical, even if I'm not working out. Like I'll go for a walk or like something.
It's like if you're like a legit basement dweller and like you never get like any sunlight in general. There's nothing coming from a guy who's got crippling anxiety. There's nothing that makes you feel better than just some sunlight and a cold ass shower. You know what I mean? Skooma Joe, I mainly bike right now, but boy, are my quads getting beefy, I'll tell you.
You gotta learn to twerk. That's the next step.
That's to get some real thick thighs going. Nothing feels better than being a dude. Croissant Boy, hello, just drop in. Croissant, it's good to see you, buddy.
I'm a dude. We're all dudes.
God damn, that brings back some thoughts I haven't thought about in years.
That fucking show, dude. What was all that? And it was, what is it? Good Burger.
Good Burger.
Once I put my mind to something, nothing.
But Croissant Boy, it's good to see you, buddy. I like how Southern Historian is like, we're gonna get away from Skooma Joe's creamy ass thighs. So you guys playing Sith Warrior, if I'm correct? I'm playing a Sith Assassin, so I'm a stealth class, and then Matu's playing a Sith Jug, I believe.
I will shut down the
Yeah,
reactors
Juggernaut.
and crush any opposition.
You honor me, my lord. Finally, accessing Revan's complex means shutting down every reactor powering its defenses.
Revan's complex.
One remains active. I'll make it inside.
God damn. Skooma, nothing feels better than looking at my bro's glistening beefy muscles. There was like a I don't remember like what the name of the series is.
You're hologramming in?
Yeah, from
I
like 5
literally-
feet away.
I was
Yeah.
looking at you.
The Empire sent me to negotiate the exclusive sale of several new armor designs.
It's like Jubilee, I think. Like they do like a video series where it's like you rank people. It's like we're like that famous like video where that girl's like trying to rank other people's IQs, and she ranks herself as the top, and she ends up being the lowest IQ. But there was one like where all like these dudes were like guessing who had the highest deadlift. It was like the most wholesome shit I've ever seen. Like they're all just complimenting each other, and they're like also encouraging. There's nothing like competitive about it. Like that's the thing about gym bros. It's like they're just there for your best interest.
100%.
Just tell me.
Dude, there used to be people like you can, at least the gym that I used to go to, you could like do that with just like random folks. Like that was the best part. Like there would be people there that would obviously be new, and at the time I was like powerlifting, and like a lot of my platoon was competitively powerlifting, you know, and like we were all trying to stay on the same level. I didn't compete, but like I was lifting hard, and I would see these newbies, and like I would just go up and help them. Cause like that's like I remember like I used to weigh like 210 pounds. I'm only 5'7", right?
That's pretty beefy for 5'7".
Yeah, dude. The reason I started, so I remember going into the office to join the Marines and talking to the recruiter, and like him severely doubting that I was gonna be able to do it, and me being like, I can fucking do it, dude. Like, and then
Call
he
me a
told me to
pussy?
do-
Huh? You want to bet?
He told me to do 3 pull-ups, and I couldn't even do 1. And I just remember being like, I'm gonna be back. I literally told him. I looked him right in the face, and I was like, I'm gonna be back in 1 year. And then I left, and like I started working out, and that was like one of the hard parts of the early phases.
Oh yeah,
Was
easily.
like-
Yeah.
Like it was so embarrassing, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't lift shit, and like I just felt like really self-conscious going to the gym. So like I always really tried to like help people out, and like I feel like that's like really common with a lot of people that like pretty much everybody that goes to the gym, like they have a similar experience. Everybody starts somewhere.
And that's the thing is like I feel like a lot of people like they build up in their own head that like, oh well, what if people make fun of me? I can tell you as like somebody who used to go to like commercial gyms a lot, no one gives a shit. No one's like looking at you. No one's focused on you. They're all thinking the same thing. Like, oh, someone's making fun of me.
They're not actively being supportive, then they're focusing on themselves and they have like music or something. You know what I mean? And they're like in the zone. So they're not focused on you whatsoever.
Humility is an extremely important and underrated quality to have. Skooma, that is 100% correct. If somebody says, like, if like they're speaking about themselves out loud, and this is like what I always tell people is like when I go out like on a video shoot and I film something, every single time I get done, I say out loud to whoever I'm with, that was the worst fucking shoot I've ever done. I don't know why I'm in this business. Like I'm so bad at this. If it always like the client's always like that was incredible. Thank you so much. If someone leaves a video shoot and they go, I fucking nailed that. I'm the man. You know that they're probably not actually that good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like if someone's like not willing, accessing without a disguise would be too risky. I think we need to put on a mission item here. Let me see here.
Is there one? I don't think so. I think we might have to find one. I saw things like this before on Coruscant. I shut down this reactor though, which was the story thing.
Cool. But yeah, if someone's like not willing to admit that they have like growth to hit, that's how you know that someone's like not a complete person.
I mean, that's the point, right? Like, don't you want to be better all the time?
Yeah, it's like the whole point of like you shouldn't like be trying to work yourself to death. You know what I mean? You should just be trying to like. That's the other thing that like, I try to stress to people if like they're trying to like learn how to lift for the first time or whatever. Is I'm like, you're not gonna look like some Instagram model because 9 times out of 10 they're like on drugs, and you probably don't have the genetics for that regardless. Like I'm Native American, so like my genetics are like either skinny as shit or like I look Samoan. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like there's really no place in between there. So like I can only get as good as like I'm gonna get physically to a certain extent. There's like nothing beyond that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand like how much that type of stuff factors in. And like it is a factor. Like I tried telling my buddy about this, and I remember he got so mad at me because he was like 4 inches taller than me. And he was lifting, like we were both benching like 225. He was like 6'4", 6'1", something like that, 6'1". We were both benching 225. And like I tried telling him, I was like he was like trying to like brag on me or some shit. And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, like you got 4 inches on me.
You should be.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I was like, you intrinsically have 4 inches more of muscle mass, like, and you're lifting the same as me. Like,
honestly, that's like kind of the thing is like with powerlifters is the more compact they are, the more weight they can move around.
Dude, legit, especially at the higher weights, it becomes so much easier.
This went from being a thirst trap over the Grand Inquisitor because of Rey to a bodybuilding podcast within like the span of like 20 minutes.
You gotta get them lifts, bro.
You gotta get
praise
those lifts
the Holy
in.
Bible. Oh, look,
yeah.
A disguise crate, it looks like.
Call me Malcolm Flex. Oh, what the fuck? I don't think I've ever done this mission before.
Yeah, me either. This disguise is pretty nifty, though.
Let's get it done. But I've been skateboarding a shit ton lately, which is like great. Bar's giving me like a pass to like go out and go skateboarding. Like just getting out in the sun and just like exhausting my body to like, you know, total like exhaustion. It's just a good feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I love that feeling. I need to start doing stuff like that again, honestly.
Stop you from getting heart disease super young.
Yeah, legit.
That was terrible. Croissant Boy. If there's one thing you're going to take away from this Barb's Basement stream is that you got to get swole. That's the whole point.
If you don't praise the Swoley Bible, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, this is just a long con to convince everybody in my audience to start bodybuilding.
We're in these disguises now. They last for the next 30 minutes. I accessed that console back there, but I have no idea what the fuck it did. There's another one right here.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing either. I think we were supposed to be going to like this like other story mission down here.
There's a heroic back here if we go up the elevator, but there's also the story mission down here and then a side mission down here.
You're talking like the southeast one, like
So-
Republic Reactor.
Yeah, so like directly behind us, there's a Exchange Gang shipyard elevator. But if we go down south, there's the old Lundstrom Market. There's a side quest and then a main mission quest, the Republic Reactor. So we should probably do those two first, and then we can get the heroic on the way back.
Let's do it. No, the Malcolm X joke was terrible. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's one of my various dad jokes. I don't know what these things are supposed to be doing. We're gonna find out. I like that Skooma and RNGesus are just making inside jokes. Gotta say, like, I love seeing like people from Discords that I'm like active in, like being in the streams and shit. Like, oh, they're supposed to be going down this way. Sleepy time. See y'all have a stream tomorrow. Yeah, I think that Zach and I are gonna be doing Lego Star Wars tomorrow. I believe. I think.
How far are you guys now?
I think we're up to episode 5.
Nice.
Actually, no, we might be on episode 6. We might be on Return of the Jedi, because I think that we got through like the Vader fight in episode 5.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really excited to get to the sequel trilogy shit. I'm just excited to see if they have like any jokes about the sequel trilogy in general. Yeah,
I'm sure they do. Isn't that like kind of the thing? I've never played Lego Star Wars. I won't lie.
Yeah, and it's like they're not making fun of it actively, but it's like they're having
but they
fun
still,
with
like,
it.
Joke. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
I think the last Lego game we played was like Lego Island or something, and like way back. I still had like Windows 98.
Jesus Christ, we're really dating ourselves now.
Bro, I had to install Windows 11 at work, and I was like thinking about the fact that my first computer had a Windows 95.
Jesus.
It's just like, holy shit.
Okay, I think that we're where we need to be.
I think so. Yeah, the reactor's right here.
RNGesus. Also, I love the talk about lifting and self-improvement. Everything you guys said was great. At the end of the day, the only person you should strive to be better than is your previous self. Progress is always important. You got to try to make. Yeah, that's like a 90% of like the human condition.
Yeah, it's not even about lifting. Like, that should apply to
just
everything you do.
Yeah.
Like, just everything you do. From making your bed in the morning to what you do at work to how you treat people. Like, it's just, if we're not trying to be better, then what is the point? Like, really.
And like, I spent like so much of like my early 20s having like crippling self-image issues, because like I was like pretty fat, like overweight after high school. Like going into college, like the freshman 15 or whatever, like you gain weight whenever you know the stereotype. That was totally accurate for me. Like I gained a bunch of weight when I was like first in college, and then I became vegan, lost like 40 pounds in like 6 months or some shit, and got in like pretty decent shape. I saw like my mom had sent me a video of myself, like I was like at my old job, and there was a raccoon that was like up above the garage. And it's like a little baby raccoon. I was like trying to like coax it down to like get animal control to come get it. And I thought that I was like decently buff then. And I saw like that video and I was like, holy shit, I'm so skinny. And then like looking through photos like of myself recently, I'm like, oh yeah, I've definitely put on some fucking, like I'm not like super thin at the moment, but I'm definitely the widest I've ever been, if that makes sense.
Oh, I'm out of shape. 100%.
Dude, like, call me on Discord. We're gonna get some fucking Discord workouts going.
All right, I'm down. I've been doing shit like since I got this job. I've been using it as a chance to get back into it. So I've been doing yoga when I wake up in the morning, and then like bodyweight stuff just to like wake up all the dormant stuff so I don't break when I go back to the gym.
And people like they underestimate how good like a bodyweight workout is.
Yeah, legit, and like it just provides like a good foundation for you to work off of, you know.
Dude,
and,
you think like squatting like plates is hard? Just do like 100 bodyweight squats.
Oh yeah,
you'll be
sore the next day.
Yeah,
100%.
Skooma, I feel so much better about myself after I started biking, dude, for sure. And biking is not fucking easy.
No, so fun fact, I don't even know how to ride a bike.
What? No fucking way.
Bro, I swear. All right, so the day that the training wheels came off, I got hit by a car. And
Dude, you do have to write a fucking book. Holy shit.
So, like, it's a thing. Like, I've tried to ride bikes since then. Like, I can do 4 wheels fine, but anything on 2 wheels, like, I don't get an emotional reaction, but I get a physical reaction. Like, I sit on it and, like, I start shaking uncontrollably and, like, I start sweating. Like, I can't. I start to hyperventilate. I don't understand it. Like,
Well, I mean,
like,
it's like
this
the
happened-
PTSD associated with that.
I mean,
It's rough.
probably, but I'll never forget that. It was the day that we took the training wheels off, and like my neighborhood at the
man.
time had this circle drive around, and I was biking around the circle, and I was so happy. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah! And I remember I came around the circle, and I just got whapped. Like, dude, I flew like 20 feet. Like,
Jesus Christ, man.
I remember my mom screaming like top of her lungs.
Oh,
Like,
dude, I couldn't even imagine.
I mean, I was okay. Like, I got scrapes and bruises, but I was okay, you know. But like, for some reason, I can't get on a bike. I never learned to ride a bike because of that.
That's the thing
So,
about
like,
kids. I feel like a lot of people don't realize, like, they're super fucking durable.
Yeah.
Like, kids fall over all the
legit.
time. That's like most of their purpose.
Yeah.
And Croissant Boy asked you, what does yoga do for your body? It's like it's the meditation aspect of yoga. I don't do yoga. I'm super inflexible. Like, dude, I'm so fucking terrible. Like, I have zero flexibility. But this has just become like a life advice channel at this point. If you wake up and you're super stressed, like I talked to Matt too about this. We're very, very similar in the sense that, like I said, I have like crippling anxiety. If I'm feeling super anxious for like a month, what I'll do is I'll wake up. I don't look at any news on my phone. I don't look at Reddit. I don't look at YouTube. I'll like open up like a meditation app. I'll just sit in my bed and like do some deep breathing. And that's like what a lot of people do with yoga. It's like they use it as like a time to like just kind of collect your thoughts.
I do use it for that. 100%. It is really great for that, but it's also great. A lot of people don't realize this, and I didn't realize this until I got really heavy into like again, I never competed, but I was powerlifting like at the competitive level with people in my platoon, and a lot of folks don't realize that flexibility really plays into strength. Like, if you're not flexible, you will see lower weights on your lifts, like 100%. So the yoga really helps because not only does it open your body up and it helps align everything, like it helps me specifically with my back. I have a pinched disc and it helps me stretch out my
Same,
back.
brother.
Yeah, it
I don't
helps
know
a
what we're
lot.
supposed to be doing here. Did you click on like a little thing on the table over here?
Yeah, I did. It still says recover the experimental armor plans, but I did that.
What the fuck? That's strange.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Acolyte's remains. What the fuck?
Yeah, it also stretches out the tendons in between your muscles, which makes those tendons stronger, which actually can add between 10 to 20 pounds to your lift by itself.
Zim says, I've never gone to a gym, but I do a lot of physical activity for my day job as a farm. Dude, if you're a farmhand, you're probably set
Yeah,
for
you're
most of
probably
physical
stronger
activity.
than I am.
Dude, go buy an Apple Watch or like any smartwatch and just like count your calories throughout the day. You're probably burning a shitload of calories just being a farmhand.
100%. And that's like functional muscle. There's a difference between. That's like one of the things I also learned with powerlifting is that there's a big difference between, and that's why deadlift is a great lift. There's a difference between functional muscle and like showy muscle. And like people that work manual labor, especially farmhands, like you got that functional muscle. Like you folks are strong as hell.
Yeah, for sure. I tried
think
very
that
hard to
must
learn
be
how to do a
glitched.
bike ride as a kid. The first time I rode without training wheels was fun, but then I immediately moved to a new state and I haven't ridden a bike since. Oh, so you're just doing stationary bike?
Yo, so that there are exactly 2 of us. There are dozens of us.
Yeah.
Dozens.
And of course, sweating like an animal, but spending the best hour or longer of your life with your buddies. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Fucking my wife's in here. Yoga helps with flexibility, mentality, and it's physically difficult, so you also build strength.
Yeah, you do build some strength.
She has told me to do yoga so many times. I'm so fucking. I have no flexibility at all. Like I can't can like barely touch the top of my back. Like that's how inflexible I am. And I'm sure it's just like fucking. I'm just destroying my knees by skateboarding. Honestly, I kind of feel like I've Matthew's weariness about biking, but for skateboarding, like as a guy who's been skateboarding for 20 years, I can tell you there is like a super part. Like there's like a little part of my brain that thinks, "Is this my last time I'm gonna be on a skateboard?" Because like I worry that like I'm gonna fall wrong and like snap a tendon or some shit. But skateboarding is like part of like my identity, so it would be like really difficult to like not like do it anymore. You know what I mean?
All my friends skateboarded, and I got on one once, never again.
That's what RNGesus is saying. He's saying that he got on a board once or twice. Hard for me to get into it. Totally understand that. Skooma skateboarding is very easy, and it's kind of embarrassing if you can't do it. We are talking about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, right? Yes, that is true. Yeah. My balance is horrible. There's no way I could skateboard. If you're like inner like equilibrium is like off, I would say just don't even try it. Like learning, like if you're just naturally unbalanced, it's super difficult to like to just like learn how to balance. Like Zach and I were out skateboarding like when we were like a little bit younger, like maybe like 2021. We were just skating flat ground, and he just felt kind of weird. Like he just fell like in an odd way, and he was like, "Man, my leg feels weird," and he like went like a month without realizing that he tore his ACL.
Damn.
Yeah, like just he had to go get surgery for it and everything. Count your calories. Download MyFitnessPal at Croissant Boy. I tried skateboarding, but it was awful, and really surprises me how people can do tricks and on that wobbly thing. It's all about having the correct tightness on your tracks. Like I know some people that have like their trucks are just like wibbly wobbly. I don't know how they do that shit. Slowly add healthy foods to your diet that you like. Eat salads with chicken. Honestly, dude, there was a while there where my wife was buying just like heads of lettuce, and like I take Ambien to go to sleep. And there's a part of me that I call Ambrian, where my brain shuts off, but my body's still moving. And my body is like, I think it's time for you to just crush a whole head of lettuce right now. And so Ambrian was wanting to make, so I was like at 2:00 in the morning, my brain's completely gone, and I'm chopping up a Cobb salad and like making like vinegar, like I'm using like the vinaigrette that my wife has made and like putting some feta cheese on it. And I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, why does my nightstand smell like vinegar? And I look over and there's like a big bowl that I had of salad. So just find a healthy food you like. Like this is my wife, by the way, Carpathia here in the chat. She live streams. She's playing Elden Ring and shit like that. Don't force yourself to switch your diet overnight. Yeah, that's
set milestones for yourself.
Yeah, just make small goals, because then you get like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You get like that rush of like, I've completed a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's part of it, is that it's a journey. Like you're not gonna be walking into the gym throwing up 300 pounds in a power clean. Like, whoa.
I mean, if you're wanting to throw out your spine, you definitely can.
Like it takes years to get to that point.
I think it's safe to say we're just not going to be able to finish this quest. So let's just move on from it.
Yeah, I was going to say we should probably go, because
I can eat a bowl of salad, you know, and I'd usually pick that over junk. I'm a huge savory person. Like I like savory over sweet. So I'm not big on like ice cream or chocolate or whatever, but Brian likes that stuff. But if like there was like a whole like a full large meat lovers pizza, Brian's eating that shit.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. That meat lover sounds good right
Let's
now.
do pound of flesh really quick. We'll use a heroic transport, because we just like spent so much time just.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna use the heroic transport to do a pound of flesh.
Yeah.
How goes Elden Ring? The best part about her playing Elden Ring is that she's fucking terrible at it. Yeah, but like, I think I've linked her shit into the Discord before.
Yo, this is cool. Shipyard.
Oh, gee, everyone's like, oh, yeah, I remember this heroic.
This is interesting. Ooh. I really, 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 really love Star Wars ships. Is that you killing people?
Yeah, I'm over here just getting my dick pounded into the sand. I don't think that my companion's with me.
Oh, shit.
I'm
shit.
fucked.
Cannot summon while in combat.
God damn it. Neither one of us had our companions. If there's anything I've learned from livestock nutrition classes in college, it's that your diet won't lose weight alone. You need to burn more calories than you consume. It's all about calories in, calories out, man.
Yep, exactly. Physical activity is a necessary part of it. It's like two sides of the same coin. But you should probably establish a proper diet before you start heavy physical activity. It's okay to stretch and do things like that, but like before you start doing a really crazy gym routine, you want to have a nice solid diet because that's going to provide you with the energy and the proper recovery that you need to actually see progress.
That's like something that my wife can attest to, is that I'm like one of those freaks who I would think like if I go on a vacation or something, a good vacation for me is like where I could get in like a good workout. Like I enjoy doing it. It's like one of my hobbies that like I legitimately like enjoy. Like it's fun for me to do it. I use my fucking medical probe droid like an idiot, and I realized that I can't fast travel back to that thing.
No.
Where are you at? Pound of
I'm still inside the heroic. I had a droid.
I'm not that far off from you, so
Okay. I'll clear the front. I got my companion now.
Oh, I need to resummon mine.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think the disguise made them go away.
Oh,
makes
maybe
sense,
that's
but
what
it's
it
super
is.
Annoying.
How do I take this disguise off?
I right-clicked it, so it's an effect above your portrait. I right-clicked it, and it came off. Otherwise, you have to wait 30 minutes.
Oh,
like,
okay.
nah.
I see. Now Skooma and my wife are talking about difficult Elden Ring bosses. I've never been able to get into games that are just like torture. You know, like they're just like super difficult games.
I'm okay with the challenge, but I don't like the challenge being a feature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, challenge is most of the battle.
Yeah, like I like the game to get away from stress.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm the exact same way. Like I see her play it, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you're getting any enjoyment out of that.
Yeah, like I would be breaking my keyboard into tiny pieces.
I mean, if anyone watched my Force Unleashed streamed, that's like not even a difficult game, and I was getting like fucking infuriated.
Some parts of that game were hard for me too, and I was like, damn it. Like, I just want to fight Vader.
Yeah, exactly. Carpathia, hopefully you don't pull a Quantum TV and make an Elden Ring hot take and start falsely. I don't know what any of that means. I'm assuming it's some, like, inner drama in the Elden Ring community. I actually find the FromSoft games to be very relaxing and encouraging, not counting the bosses. Dude, you're a freak. I don't understand how you enjoy that shit. I mean, like, you know, to each their own or whatever, but I've never been. I just cannot handle one of those games.
I'm with you, dude. It's like my brother really loves that type of stuff, and I'm like, yo, you're a masochist. Like,
For real.
I don't get it.
For real.
Like my thing with video games is
Oh wait,
that...
I need some of my companions. Sorry, let me do that really quick.
Oh, good. But I use games a lot.
Let's get started.
In a very similar way to how I use like books, any kind of story. It's like an escape. Like I can't really shoot aliens in real life. You know what I mean? Like so it's fun to be able to do that for that reason. That's why I don't really like sports games. Like if I'm gonna throw the football, I'm just gonna go outside and throw the fucking football.
Exactly.
You know,
it's something you can do in real life. So
yeah. So it doesn't really interest me. But like, you know, like stuff where you're like exploring alien worlds or like playing a good fantasy. Like I like to get lost in that type of thing. And when I'm dying over and over again to the same fucking boss, it really breaks that immersion for me.
Orange Jesus says, I would love to see you play Jedi Outcast, Brian. The gamer rage will be glorious.
Oh,
I've played through Jedi Outcast before, but we were trying to get it run for like a Jedi Academy tournament. But dude, I'm down to play it if people are down to watch it. I told my channel I wouldn't play Elden Ring, and now I'm playing Elden Ring, and it's definitely a good time, and I would recommend it. So here's a little insight into like mine and my wife's relationship. She consumes a shitload of like lore videos about like not necessarily lore videos, but like Skyrim videos. Like she watches like this real estate Skyrim person or whatever. Yeah. And like they have like a super calming voice. For like the last like 3 nights, she's been watching like Elden Ring strategies on YouTube. So like she was like, oh, there's no way I would like this game. I'm just gonna hate it. And she started playing it for stream, and now she fucking loves it.
I mean, it was like the next big thing. Like, all those people can't be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, same. Like I would probably enjoy it if I actually played it, but
I'm just like, do I really have the patience for it though?
Exactly.
Like,
I love how everyone in the chat is now just asking my wife about Elden Ring shit. But do you recommend playing Bloodborne before playing Elden Ring? I don't think she's played Elden Ring yet. I don't think she's played Bloodborne yet. This is her first Souls game, so everyone knows.
So, alright, so everybody calls them Souls games, but are they actually connected to one another?
I don't think that Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I think it's just a Souls-like game.
Yeah, like it's just the same formula in terms of gameplay, right?
Yeah, I think that's
But they each have their
the
own, like,
convention.
disconnected story.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah,
I'm also
there's,
just like not huge on like Eastern storytelling, I guess, like Japanese storytelling.
I'm not big on it either, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge anime guy for that reason. And
Same.
like, some of them are good, but it's just like I watch it and I'm like, it's so over the top. Like,
I like 3 animes. Full Metal Alchemist, I'm okay with, but everyone in that is a Nazi, and everyone's like, "Oh, I love Colonel Mustang or whatever." I'm like, "Why? He's a Nazi. He was committing genocide in the show. He's an objectively bad person." But I like Full Metal Alchemist just fine. Attack on Titan's fucking dope, and Death Note is fucking incredible. Like even if like it's just regular people, like people who aren't in anime should watch it because it's fucking incredible. But other than that, those are the only 3 animes I've been able to watch like to completion. Other than that, I'm just like I can't do this. I can't watch this shit.
for me, it's Dragon Ball, Gundam. and
Oh
then
fuck, I guess
One
I do like.
Punch Man.
Shit, are we just anime fans now?
But like besides them, like I've never seen Death Note or Attack on Titan. I know people say that they're really good. I've just never seen them.
I think you would maybe like Death Note. Maybe you would like Attack on Titan, but I don't think you'd be into Full Metal Alchemist. Like knowing like what you're into. I never played Souls games before, so I can go in blind. Would love to see you in chat. You know what, Kylie? Stop stealing my chat away from me, all right? Skooma, you belong to me, goddammit. You're part of the basement. You're not allowed to leave. You're stuck here forever. My wife coming in here stealing my shit.
She's scalping.
Yeah, she's in here fucking taking all my talent. Where else am I gonna find a bicycle guy with thick thighs?
Right, that's gonna be something. She's like snagging your first round draft pick.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. She's picking my starting lineup right now. RNGesus said he hates Attack on Titan. That's a totally fair criticism. That whole Marley arc, without spoiling anything, is very fucking long. Because I read the manga because I got tired. Like they didn't make an episode of that show for 4 years, so I gave up and started reading the manga. That Marley arc went on for like no joke, like a year of real life time, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, this shit's got to come to an end.
This is Attack on Titan.
Yeah. It can get pretty old, but I like Attack on Titan quite a bit. I've like the whole reason why I like zombies in the first place was I just like the idea of something that fucking terrible happening to people, which sounds very masochistic, but it's like that idea of like survival where it's just like unbelievable odds.
Yeah, no, I love zombies for that reason too.
Yeah, we're from that
The
era
best-
though. I feel
Yeah.
zombies were pushed on us hard.
They were. The zombie thing that really got me though was a book. It was World War Z.
Dude, I knew you were gonna say that, and World War Z is fucking fantastic.
It was so good, dude.
It's
I read
it's
it,
incredible.
Literally, I finished it and then went right back to page 1 and started again. It was
It's great.
So fucking
The audiobook, Mark Hamill plays the soldier who's talking about shock and awe.
There's an bro.
Dude,
no
it's
way.
he's great. He's awesome. That whole
I didn't even know there was an audiobook.
it's incredible. Get one of those like Audible monthly like tokens or whatever, and just get World War Z. It's an incredible audio drama.
I'm gonna have to because
I love Dragon Ball and Cowboy Bebop. I've tried Cowboy Bebop, but I can't get into it. I don't know why. The intro is obviously
I saw that
incredible.
when I was really young.
Yeah, like I think that Zach watched it like on Adult Swim when we were like 11 or like 12 or
Yeah.
whatever. I am more of a manga fan over anime. The anime I do like are the ones that translate well into English, like Cowboy Bebop and Black Lagoon. Gundam is the only exception. Gundam is the fucking shit. Like I think you can
Yeah,
see like my
Gundam
little
is so
Gundams back
cool.
here. Here, I'll like zoom in here. Boom. Gundams.
You have Gundam shit back there?
Yeah, like my brother-in-law, he like does Gunpla, which is like the Gundam like model painting or whatever and like creation.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't have the patience to like create them, but I fucking love Gundam. Gundam Wing Zero, incredible. So fucking good.
The Gundams are so cool. Like, that was why I loved it so much.
I mean, yeah, because it's just like giant robots. Like, who doesn't like giant robots?
And like the designs for them were really awesome too.
I'm currently watching Black Clover, but it's pretty boring so far. I don't remember, like, we just watched some anime, Erased, which is like, it has a similar vibe to Death Note. It's like nowhere near similar, like the premise, but it just has like a similar, like kind of like spooky, like kind of detective type vibe to it. It's pretty solid. You should check it out, Chrysanthemum. The only way I watch anime is when my wife corners me and forces me to watch it. We watch Sword Art Online, and I feel so bad because she fucking loved Sword Art Online. Like, when we first started dating, Matt, it's fucking terrible. Like, I would love for you to watch it to get your opinion on it. But she was so into it, and she was so excited to show it to me, and we started watching it, and I remember saying to her, like, you know this is fucking terrible, right? Like, this is not good. And, like, as we got further into the show, she goes, oh, goddamn, I guess it isn't good. Like, she realized as we were watching it, she didn't like it. That's because you're watching shonen. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what shonen anime means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
I have a friend who's very, very into anime. She's like the polar opposite of me, like in every way, shape, and form. And she's tried explaining it to me before, and like it goes in one ear and right out the other.
Yeah, people have tried to fill me in too, and I'm like, those are definitely words.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I love Japanese professional wrestling, which is basically just live action anime. So there's probably an anime out there somewhere that I would really, really love. But dude, Japanese pro wrestling is the shit. Fucking Eddie, he was like posting wrestling memes in that Discord that you made today, and I was like, holy shit, Eddie. I was like, is Eddie a wrestling fan? Fuck yeah.
Are you Eddie?
Gotta watch. I think he went off to bed because it's late for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta watch Seinen? I don't know what the fuck that means, man.
I'll be honest, I have the chat up on my phone, and it's like, I don't have my glasses on, and it's like a foot away, so it's blurry, and I thought that said semen at first.
You gotta put semen underneath a microscope and watch that.
Like, I suppose that would be fascinating on an academic level. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ. But yeah, for those of you who are unaware, Skooma, if I'm streaming and she's streaming at the same time as me, you know who to choose. But she streams exclusively over on Twitch because for some reason she just likes being a part of that community. But I keep trying to tell her, I'm like, you know, YouTube is getting a lot of the same features that Twitch has. Like, there's now like a raid situation where you can do raids. Shonen is the anime for teenage boys, and Semen is the one for adult boys. I probably should have read the rest of that sentence before I made that same semen joke that you made. Semen's for adult boys.
Now you can't run for president.
Yeah. This is my killing 6 slaves joke.
Shit.
But Zim, recommend some animes that you think that I'll enjoy.
Yeah,
knowing that
sure.
I don't like Sword Art Online.
There's one that people keep telling me to watch that's like Dungeons and Dragons, but anime. It's called like, God, what is it called? It's on Netflix. It's like.
Is it Sword Art Online? It might be what I'm telling you about right now.
No, it's not that. It's something else. It's fuck. I can't remember.
Zim's telling me to watch Berserk. I don't know how much time you think I have. There's like 3,000 episodes of that shit, isn't there? There's no chance of me getting caught up on that show. I'd be watching it for the rest of my life.
Is that the Keanu Reeves one?
Berserk, no.
Oh.
I feel like that manga's been running for like fucking 20 years or some shit.
20 years? Holy shit.
It's been going for a long ass time. Should we do another heroic? How much longer do you got, by the way?
I'm done. I got another like 45 minutes.
Okay, cool. Should we do
Let's see. There's not any. Oh, there's a. We should fast travel back to the Imperial Special Ops Center in this
Imperial Special Ops Center.
because there's 2 quests to turn in there. It is.
Oh, I see it. Space Dandy is an anime made for American crowd. The dub came out before the original.
Oh, people keep telling me to watch JoJo, whatever. that
JoJo's
is.
Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
My anime friends have told me the same thing.
Yeah, people keep telling me I would really love it.
I only know like that meme, like next time on. It's like, you know the meme I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, Brian, you're thinking of One Piece. That sounds right.
Magnificent. After all these years,
Zim, should I watch the movies or the series? I've never heard of Space Dandy before.
It's only fair you be the first to explore Revan's complex. Find out what happened to the alien slaves. Recover Revan's mysterious.
This is
cargo,
nuts.
and
I
return
forgot
the
about
order
this
to
story, I'll
service.
Don't
be honest.
you want to be part of this great discovery?
Revan's Fortress or some shit.
With the reactors down, your job
That last sip of
is
whiskey did not go
less
down smoothly.
impossible than before. Good luck.
Every once in a while, there's one that bites back.
Yeah, that one really bit back. Nah, bro, Zim. It's only 1,016 issues. JoJo is very Western friendly. How Western friendly were we talking here? Because I've heard that before. I feel like Attack on Titan is specifically made for Western audiences. Croissant Boy, BRB. I fucking love that name. Croissant Boy is such a good name.
Yeah.
Are we taking
There
the side
is-
quest or what are we doing?
I don't know. I can't pick this up. This guy doesn't do anything. I think this is the one that glitched out.
Oh,
But there's 2 story quests to the Infinite Engine and Revan's Past on this elevator.
Let's go get those guys.
You want
I'm
to go
addicted
there?
to Cowboy Bebop. I've tried watching Cowboy Bebop. I fucking love all the music that's involved in it. Music's fucking top notch. Matt, I don't know if you remember when I made like that SWTOR. Oh shit, I forgot we can use speeders. That SWTOR like
Yeah.
intro, like on Nar Shadda. But I
do.
I was like inspired by like Cowboy Bebop music.
That
I mean, it's
intro
a
was
jam. But I've only ever like watched the first 2 episodes, and like every time I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch another episode of that. Some of
I
the
saw it
characters'
when I was
abilities are
really
named after
young.
like popular 80s bands. There's some really fun examples. Are you talking about Cowboy Bebop or are we talking about Space Dandy? Also, if my wife is still in the chat, could you bring me a White Claw so that I can have some form of like liquid in me but still get drunk? That's not dehydrating my body.
He's like, he's right now in the back of Brian's mind. He's like, tomorrow is gonna be rough. Must take countermeasures.
Deploy the countermeasures right now.
Yeah. We just have to
We're
figure
definitely
out-
aggro on these guys. Yeah, there we go.
Yep, I was gonna say. They made the aggro distance so much crazier.
I feel like they're trying to make the game more difficult than it was originally. Well, originally the game was super grindy. Like because I don't know if you remember this about the original release, but you couldn't bring every companion to every planet.
Yeah, it was super annoying.
It was kind of like KOTOR in that sense. Oh Jesus! Let's just murk these guys. Fuck it.
It will fall to a blade. I remember that from... Dude, I remember... So this will really date me. I remember when Dota started. Like, that whole thing. Because it was a mod for Warcraft 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I would always use the Blade Master hero. And that was one of the things to be like, fist him a blade.
Croissant Boy, the 1977 Berserk series is the closest thing to the manga arc is based off of. There's some more manga, but the writer passed away last year. Yeah, I remember seeing that the writer of that series passed away.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I feel like didn't he die like super young? I feel like he wasn't that old.
I don't know.
I just saw that shit on Reddit. I know that the Berserk community was like getting that to the front page of Reddit. I'm a Reddit fiend. I'm always on Reddit. Where can I watch the 1997 version? It's got to be on fucking Crunchyroll or some shit. Ooh, here, Kai.
1977.
Hold on one
Holy
second.
shit.
Here, Kylie, give him your plug for your Twitch channel.
Plug?
Yeah.
It's just Carpathia. CAR_Pathia. Underscore, don't do a dash, because that's wrong.
What do you play? Hey! Oh my god!
Why Carpathia?
Off of the sink. Oh god, that could have been bad.
Yo, there's a lot of dead people here.
Also, your mom wants to know if you gave her credit for her thing.
For her thing.
Darth Vader speakerphone?
Oh. 1 second. That would have been so close to being a disaster. Oh god. So my mom wanted me to give her credit for this thing that she got me. This Darth Vader phone back here. Here, I'll zoom in on the. Boom. There we go. It's like cool. There's no phone aspect. It's just a speakerphone. That's your only option. What psychopath only wants a speakerphone?
Someone like Darth Vader who has a handicap, okay?
Yeah. He
can't put a phone to his ear because his ears are permanently covered by a helmet.
Big facts. Yeah, he was 50-something. Man, that's RNG's piracy. Dick Carpathia just hit Brian with the mic. No, like it's on like a little like we have like a this used to be a salon. Barb's Basement used to be a salon. So it has like this like little wooden piece covering a sink. And you can see that we have like these screw-in pieces over here for like the podcast. We just have like one of like the like twist-on ones for over here from when we're streaming on the PC. And so like you can like easily swivel it off. So like when I swivel it over to her, it just fell off the sink. Jacob, dude, my man, I feel like it's been forever since I've like heard your sweet, sweet angelic voice. What's going on, my dude? Okay, Matt, we can continue now. That was a whole thing.
This is a massacre here. These turrets.
Oh, that's what you meant by a bunch of dead bodies.
Oh, that's right, because they've been sending countless waves to try to penetrate
gotcha.
this factory of Revens.
Barb's Barber, yes, Barb's Barber. I'll have to send you guys like a photo of like I'll have to put it in the Discord to like show people like what it looks like. It's fucking weird. Like there's like cabinets and shit for like hair products.
Yeah, but you can put them to use. Like fill it with like all your lights and stuff.
It's filled like right now with like little bibs and bobs of like just like random shit that I've like accumulated over the years.
I like stuff like that. Yeah, I like buildings that have character. You know what I mean?
Oh, this place definitely has character for sure for days.
Basement. The pull of the basement is strong.
Yeah.
Half of it is character, but the other half is Barb's mass.
There's a little thing over here we got to click on.
Where? Oh yeah.
Don't know. You never use Crunchyroll? I think that we were using Crunchyroll to watch Attack on Titan when it was coming out, or Funimation. We're using something like that.
Look at this fucking guy.
Dude, so in the High Republic Trail of Shadows, there's a Jedi Master who was whatever this species was.
Yeah, what a crazy species.
And they have like, they're like singing like a creepy ass lullaby to all of like these Jedi students. I'll have to send you a frame from it.
Yeah, please do. That's a classic example of a cool ass Star Wars alien right there.
More like a fucking nightmare fuel alien. Imagine seeing that guy like in an alley on Coruscant.
Bro, I often think about like that's one of the reasons why I really like weird aliens, not just in Star Wars, but like in everything, because it probably
Fifth Element was full of them.
Be completely unlike anything that we can imagine. Like all the aliens that we think of, even these really weird ones, they have like humanoid characteristics, you know, because you can only write what you know, and it's gonna come from a completely alien environment. Like it's gonna be like some weird. The movie Arrival was really cool.
Oh,
I think it
dude, fucking Arrival was incredible.
Like,
Denny Villeneuve,
yeah.
He's the best director of our generation, like by far.
I think so too. Yeah, he's really, really good.
Blade Runner's fucking incredible.
I think so. Yeah, that movie's fantastic.
He's never made a bad movie.
I agree. Yeah, Dune. I haven't seen it yet, but it got really good reviews. But yeah.
I only use it so I won't forget the episode I'm on for animes like One Piece. I think if you forget what episode you're on One Piece, you're just fucked. And then, isn't there one of these guys on the Jedi Council in Revenge of the Sith? There might be. That alien is a sleep paralysis demon. Yeah, he is.
It's like the idea of like, okay, you made this weird ass alien. Why don't you flip his head upside down?
Yeah, it's like somebody looked at a ricotta and they're like, why don't you put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it?
Power like that belongs in the hands of the
if I remember right, this is a piece of the Star Forge, which is why it produces things when you feed stuff into it.
I've always thought there had to be another Starforge out there somewhere.
If I remember right, that's what this is.
Because like the Rakata, the Infinite Empire, all of their shit was like Starforge themed, like all of their capital ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go dark side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a piece of the Starforge, and what they're telling us right now is that the engine is actually bigger than it was when Revan brought it here because it is healing itself and regrowing. So over time, this piece will become another Starforge.
I'm honestly not. I mean, I've played through KOTOR like 100 times. I'm really not that familiar with like Starforge lore, but I love the Rakata.
Yeah, the Rakata are awesome. Starforge is like, so the Rakata lore, all of their technology is based on utilizing the Force, specifically the dark side.
Yeah, like all of their hyperspace engines are powered through just basically torturing people to death.
Yeah, and like they like lock on to like signatures of the Force in the void, aka planets where there's like
Force Hounds, baby.
like that.
My boys Zesh. Zesh.
Yeah, Zesh, exactly.
Trying to remember his name.
They travel that way, and the Starforge was like their ultimate. It was basically like their Death Star, and it utilized the dark side in order to do what it does. Like it basically produces, like that piece that we just got. Like the reason why it will regrow eventually into another Starforge is because it's technically alive.
Weird.
And
I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's really nuts. And like the reason that it's alive is because it's directly connected to the dark side, and this actually is what corrupted the Rakata over time. So like part of why they were wiped out is because they got this disease that cut them off completely from the Force and made all of their technology unusable so the slaves could rise up.
It would have been fascinating to see if they actually got those star portals. Because that's like what they were trying to do, like in the Dawn of the Jedi comics, was like their whole thing was they were just desperately trying to find those portals, like the Infinity Gates, because they knew they were losing the Force. Like one of the head guys in the Rakata is like, "Look, I am aware that like we're starting to lose the connection to the Force, so we have to find this shit, otherwise we're completely fucked."
So it even goes back to like what happens in the prequels where Plagueis and Sidious try to like tilt the Force towards the dark side. Basically,
it just gets Shmi pregnant.
What's that?
They try to like lean the Force towards the dark side, and it just gets Shmi pregnant.
Yeah. But like, the Force doesn't like it when people do that, and that's why Anakin Skywalker was created. It always reacts back, and the Rakata basically were trying to enslave the dark side to fuel the Starforge, which is what it was doing. But the Starforge instead reacted back, and it started to sap their connection to the Force, which made them vulnerable to a virus, which happened to have been brewed by the first Sith alchemists under King Otis.
Well, yeah, it's because like they like attacked them like originally.
Yeah.
Super quick. RN Jesus says, "All right, got to sign off. Been a fun stream. Look forward to the next one. Basement's always a chill place to hang out." RN Jesus, I always appreciate you coming out. You've made it for like 4 streams in a row now. You went from an F grade to like a B minus, easily. Thanks for heading out, buddy. Thanks for being in the basement, I should say.
Later, man.
I found this machine with the descendants of Revan's aliens.
Somehow I ended up not in your conversation, but I think it was my fault.
Oh.
It's because I accidentally made a hologram. I tried to change it.
Oh, whoops. But yeah, like the Rakata like attacked the Sith, and the Sith were like, nah.
Yeah, King Otis kicked their ass off world. They're one of the only people that did it. But then it's not. There's nothing that directly states it, but it's highly inferred in Book of Sith and in Jedi vs. Sith that King Otis and the first Sith alchemists engineered the virus that finally cut the Rakata off from the Force entirely, and that because they had like leashed the dark side with the Starforge, and it had in return started to sap their own connection to the Force. They were vulnerable to the disease, and it just was like a perfect storm.
That's making me want to go back and just look at all this shit and Jedi versus the Sith again.
Oh, dude, I just got it for the second time.
I
I had to leave my collection behind. It's a really long story, but it's sitting in storage in Baltimore somewhere, 400 miles away.
I have Jedi versus the Sith, but it's got the Legends
it's
banner
so
on it,
good.
which is annoying, but
Yeah, my new one has the Legends banner on it too.
all the
But I
artwork
can't
is
wait to
fucking
read it.
incredible. But I also have the Essential Atlas.
Oh, I got
With-
that too.
This one's without the Legends banner, so get at me.
Oh, you lucky son bitch.
Yeah, I have my original version of this, but it sat under my mom's sink for like 10 years, so I ended up giving that copy to Zach.
Right now I have the Atlas, Essential Guide to Warfare, Jedi vs. Sith, Jedi Path, Book of Sith, Essential Guide to Aliens. Don't even get
I have
the
like,
Essential Guide. to
isn't it
ships
like a
and vehicles.
hardcover for like the Essential Guide to Aliens?
Nah, I got the soft cover.
Is there a hardcover to that?
There is, yeah. I think so. Mine is that's the only one I have that doesn't have the Legends banner because when I had to leave my collection behind, I took only 2 books with me, and one of them was Essential Guide to Aliens because I couldn't let all my Star Wars stuff go.
Yeah, of course. I have the Atlas, Jedi vs. the Sith, along with most of the Essential Guide. I think I have the alien species one around here somewhere, but it's like a copy that I got from like our local library. So it has like, like the shit on the side of it, like the Dewey Decimal System or whatever. But I also have like the Secrets of the Jedi and the Secrets of the Sith. They're canon stuff, but I like source books.
I heard they came out with that. Yeah, I love source books too.
Yeah.
For like everything, I have source books for everything from Cyberpunk to Star Wars to War of Darkness.
I have it for BioShock Infinite as well.
Hell yeah, that sounds cool as shit.
Should we do one more heroic?
Sure. Which one?
Let's do.
Botched Interrogation.
Do I have that one?
We're building a better beast.
Let's do Building a Better Beast.
Okay.
What is the new Essential Guide or the original one? Was it the new Essential Guide or the original one? I don't know.
So there was. It's not that there was like a first alien species. I don't think it's that there was like 2 waves of stuff. So they came out with an Essential Guide to Ships and Vehicles, an Essential Guide to Planet. Like there was like a bunch of early ones, and then they did a whole bunch of other ones like Jedi vs. Sith, New Essential Guide to Warfare, and stuff like that in the 2000s. And
Jedi vs. the Sith is like fucking incredible. It's such a good source book.
And the art is so good.
Yeah, and all of like the little excerpts from like Darth Sidious just like talking shit on the Jedi. It's so funny.
Yeah, I like all the source books for being couched as like in-universe source books. I think that's the way to really do it. Yeah.
Did you say you have the BioShock Infinite book? Yes, I do. I'm gonna before we progress in this, I'm gonna look over here and see really quick and see if I have it. Give myself an XP boost. I'll be right back.
Advice on the puppy, Jacob. My biggest thing is that you have to establish routine. All right, and like, I know that this is gonna sound kind of bad, but don't be afraid to yell at the dog. You have to understand that dogs exist in a hierarchy and they communicate between each other by barking. So like, if your dog's misbehaving, it's okay to raise your voice. Don't hit the animal. You can never hit a dog because that will instill aggressive behavior and bad behavior in the dog. But
what should I do when she whines? If it's a puppy,
well, it depends on what she's whining for. Yeah, if it's just a puppy, then you just gotta deal with it.
They're probably seeking like human contact. Like they want you to like be holding them or something like that because they're young. Yeah. I've been playing BioShock Infinite again. I just got the platinum. It's one of my favorite games. Boom! Here is my source book. And the really shitty part is that my cat Motor, who passed away just over New Year's Day, spilled water onto it because he loved to knock water off of shit. So,
no, Jacob, that's why she's whining. It's because she's a puppy, and dogs are social animals. Like the way that you train for the crate is by not forcing them to stay in it because you'll associate negative emotions with the crate. So just when she's whining like that, you have to take her out and like you have to cuddle with her like she's a baby. And the way that you train for the crate is leave the crate open all the time and store their toys in there. She will use it just naturally. Like dogs really like that stuff. They like to den up. Like it's just something that they do by instinct. So as long as you leave the door to the crate open, they will naturally come to associate it as like their place. But if you force her to stay in it and lock her up, even though she's whining like that, then she'll associate the crate with negative feelings and she'll never be okay with it.
Well, that's like why like dogs like whine during thunderstorms. Like they want to be like denned up. Like they want to like feel safe. Like they're in like a
exactly.
Like we have a friend who their dog like they'll just go kennel up and the dog just runs to the kennel and just all right, this is like my cool little pad. I like being in here. Our dog does not like kennels because she has like really crippling separation anxiety. So, because she's with us all day because we're both self-employed. So, she's with us all day, every day. So, like, it's disrupting. It's like you were saying, consistency is key. Like, routine is super, super important to dogs.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, they're like kids. Like they want to like if you
really
don't have like a solid schedule for like a kid, they're gonna feel like they're never at ease. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's important to remember, too, that they are an incredibly social animal. They're a pack animals. That means that they're intrinsically highly emotional beings. So, like, you can empathize with them. You know, like, think to yourself, would I like to be locked in this thing for 12 hours at a time?
Oh, it's Croissant Boy, sorry. It's not Jacob's dog, but you don't need to just, like, yell at the dog the entire time. Like what? Like if like the dog's like doing something, you need to be like, "Hey, knock that off," and like they'll like get it. Like you don't need to like be like screaming in the dog's face.
Yeah.
But if you have a puppy that's whining, they probably want like human contact. Like they want to be held. They want to be like caressed.
Yeah.
That's more
really,
than likely
really
what's going on.
And I mean, that's what goes on in basically all mammals when they're small, and especially like for the first 6 months of life until they basically enter adulthood. Like. That's a big thing. Like, they would be with their mom constantly. It's not just, like, an emotional thing. Like, it causes anxiety because there are certain neurotransmitters that get released, like, when they're close to something.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, it doesn't... You don't have to cuddle with them necessarily, but, like, you can, like, wrap them up in a blanket and, like, put them at the foot of your bed. You know, like, things
and it's
like
just going to be super needy because it's a puppy.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be like a baby.
Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility having a puppy for sure. That's why we adopted our dog when she was 2. She's 7 now. So, she wasn't like a puppy by any means, but she's like half husky, so she has like
that energy.
She needs that energy, but she's also half mastiff, so she has like terrible fucking bones. We had to get her a knee surgery. It was $3,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah. It's
brutal.
Really pricey. It's always
I get
so
you guys
pricey,
through and through.
ridiculous.
My 2 are crate trained, like you said, so they use it as their safe space. You don't need to yell. Just be stern. Yeah, like you don't, like.
I mean, you will have to raise your voice, but you don't have to scream. You know what I mean?
Like, there's a difference between raising your voice and screaming. Like if my dog's like. Because she's not other dog aggressive, but she's very, very super, super protective. So, like, if she sees another dog, like, she'll start, like, pulling on a leash or whatever. And I have to be like, hey, knock that off. Like, I have to, like, raise, like, just be stern with her. I don't have to scream. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, it's not like you have to be like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not, like, we never hit our dog. We never, like, do any of that shit. Like,
you should never, ever hit a dog. Ever.
I mean, like, she'll get, like, a pat on the butt if I'm like, hey, get out of that. Like, if she's, like, trying to get in the trash. You know, I'll just, like, pat her on the butt. Like, get out of here.
That's not hitting.
Yeah, exactly. We got a great fucking dog. I love her to death. Like, when we were gone in when we were, like, out in Colorado, I, like, told my wife, I was like, is it bad that I just, like, really fucking miss our dog? Like, I just can't wait to get home.
Dude,
we also got a great
I'm
cat,
like
too.
At work. I hate leaving my pup, like, just to go to work. I'll be honest.
It's hard, man. It's hard. A box to the blanket also works. Yeah. So that's another, like, a great piece of advice is putting like a piece of like their blanket, like something like one of your like a hoodie of yours, like something that they're familiar with. Because like we were doing that with our dog for a while, but like I said, she's got really bad like separation anxiety. So like she just does not like being away from us for an extended period of time. Like my mom was watching our dog when we were gone, and she said that she just like laid in our bed every night, like waiting for us to get back home. She's a great fucking animal. She's an excellent dog. And I always joke that like my wife didn't want to get her, and then I ended up adopting her like when she wasn't paying attention.
It was the opposite for me and my wife. I was the one that didn't want to get her dog, and then she just got her.
Classic story.
Yeah. But I mean, we got so lucky with her, and like we got her for free. We picked up our pup when she was 1, so like she was still a puppy. You know what I mean? She was just coming out of it, but we still had to deal with like the tail end of it. She was like 6 months because we had to get her fixed. And I remember we were getting ready to, like, we had it scheduled and everything. And the week that we were going to take her in, she, like, went into heat, which for a dog is a whole fucking thing. Like, we had to postpone the surgery by 6 months because you can't do it within a certain window. And then, like, she had to wear, like, these, like, nylon diapers for, like, a month because when dogs go into heat like that, they basically have, like, their period for like a month, and there was just blood.
What if it's a big puppy? She's 3 months old and big as a normal small dog. Just a shitload of attention, man. Just like lots and lots and lots of attention. That's like all you can do.
Big dogs need attention.
Like if you're getting a puppy, you just need to be prepared for like what comes with like having a puppy, which is just a shitload of attention.
You're gonna go if they're that big already, so you're gonna go through a shitload of food.
And they're also gonna be like they might be like ripping up some shit in your house too.
If you train them well, then you'd be okay with that. But they'll just eat like a fucking horse if they're that big.
Yeah.
My Doberman used to have like, we used to literally have to have this huge plastic tub in the basement for his food.
Our dog's pretty good about that. Like we'll give her like one big bowl of food a day. She eats it all in one sitting, and she's like, all right, I'm good. She begs for table scraps like how you'd expect, like a dog to beg for table scraps, but she's not too bad.
Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah. Regardless of size, consistency is key because she's doing a bigger teaching and teaching the boundaries and not jumping on people. Dude, that's something that, like the jumping on people, that's a huge fucking thing because our dog, obviously we got her when she was 2, so she had like she's already got a lot of her like basic shit like set in place. Like she already knew like certain tricks like sit and shake and stuff like that. But she's just not aware of her size at all. Like she jumps on people, and it's not like she's not being aggressive. Like she's like, oh hi, like I want to like give you attention. And it's like super funny because like my nephew, he was like maybe 3 or 4 at the time, and so just like a real little guy. And he was wearing like one of those like nylon puffy jackets, and our dog Moose was all fucking hyped to see him. She runs up, like jumps and paws him right in his chest, and we had hardwood floors. He just slid across the floor. It didn't like actually hurt him, but it startled the shit out of him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a gentle giant for sure. She's a very loving beast.
Our girl's like knee high. She's not super big, but she's strong. Like so strong. Oh, yeah. That's why we argue. We say that she's definitely half Labrador, but my wife thinks that she's half Dachshund, and I'm like, how? And then I say she's half Doberman because she's so strong.
Oh, like Moose
really,
is. She's built like a shit brick house too.
Yeah.
Like where they look like they've been doing pull-ups for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like super athletic, you know.
What are things I should give her as treats? You should definitely like look into that because there's a lot of dog company like food companies out there that just put a ton of terrible shit for dogs.
Yeah, you need to avoid a high-fat diet because that is gonna overload their pancreas. I had to go through it. It cost like $4,000. just please listen.
Yeah.
Avoid high fat. So things like ground beef are not good. Things like pork chops that have like a fat strip on them, cut the fat off first. The lean meats like chicken are pretty good.
And like you can
there's
find
trees, like,
you can find
specifically
guys
that you can get that.
You can find guys online that are like pretty good at like, hey, these are like the better companies to like buy from. Because there are companies out there that just like mass produce a bunch of shit. That's like the issue with like massive factory farming in general, is chickens are just pumped full of preservatives and like steroids and shit. Like like beef is like generally pretty decently like produced regardless. But like dog food shit, dude, it's like there's been so many lawsuits where like food production for animals has like where people have like had to pay out like huge settlements because like they've just like produced shit that's like killed dogs. So
Dude,
definitely look into that
shit. It's not
shit.
regulated at all. That's the problem. I swear that's why my cat died. I mean, my cat was 16, which is old, but like I took care of him, you know what I mean? And like at the end of it, I was getting these freaking Purina cat things, like the web food.
Yeah.
And he just kept getting sicker and sicker. And like, dude, it got to the point where he would turn his nose up at tuna fish. And like,
That's abnormal for a cat.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, he was very clearly addicted to this shit. And like, that's why my dog now, we cook all of her food ourselves. We get like the good organic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
Air is a good start. We use Blue Diamond puppy treats, are pretty safe, but break them up in super tiny pieces. One treat equals like 5. Yeah, that's a good way to like we generally just get like bones that still have like some like the flesh on it. You know what I mean? And she'll just sit there and gnaw away at it or whatever. But we also like get her like dental shit because we don't want her like, you know, getting like a tooth infection or something. But yeah, we had like an elderly cat. He was 20. He was either 23 or 24 when he passed away. And I mean, he was old as shit. Like he was on his way out for like maybe like 2 or 3 months. But he had stomach bloating, like really bad, which anytime like an animal has stomach bloating and it's not gas, you know that like 9 times out of 10 they're done. Like they're not going to make it through it. There's something going on internally like where they're just not going to make it. So that's like what our vet was just like, there's literally nothing we could have done. Like even if we had found it like 3 months ago, he still would have died. It's just, he was just experiencing organ failure. So
it happens when you get old.
I mean, he's 23 or 24,
yeah,
so that's like 110 in cat years.
Yeah, that's a big old cat.
Not to get too morbid, but here's my boy right here. Here's my guy.
It's behind. Do you have your cat stuffed?
No, fuck no, never. I have his. We got him cremated. And we have his ashes right here.
Oh no, I do that. That's not that morbid. I do that. I have my
And we got his. We got like an imprint of his paw, like when he passed away.
Oh, now I can see it. Yeah.
And he's a Maine Coon. So.
Oh, dude, I want one of them as my next cat's.
This is what my boy looked like. That's my guy.
He's probably huge.
Sweetest cat I've ever met in my life. He was very, very dog-like when he was young. And he would like come sprinting to the door like when we got home. His first night with me and my old roommate, he knocked my roommate's Mountain Dew over onto my phone. Yeah, he was a great little guy. He was a great companion.
Look at that handsome man.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude. And my wife had a cat named Gary when we first started dating. And he's fucking excellent. Like he's very, very similar to Motor in that sense, like where he's very, very affectionate. He wants a lot of attention. He likes to be held. You can pick him up any way you want. You can pick him up from his back legs, and he's just like hyped to be involved. You know what I mean? And he's like one of those cats that he constantly wants to like headbutt you and like, you know, knock his noggin into you and stuff like that. Great fucking cat. But like when Motor and him first started interacting, like Gary was like, I'm gonna give this guy some of the business, and Motor was like, no, you're fucking not, because like Motor was like had like old man strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there'd be times like where you could see Gary like patting at him. A Motor's like, oh, you're about to get fucking slammed, kid. And Skooma Joe, that's a beautiful kitty. Yeah, he was a great guy. Motor, he was that. We adopted him when they were like, he's either 9 or he's 13. We're not sure what his age is. So he was in there somewhere, but our vet like had like his his adoption paperwork, and I took him in like just like a regular checkup, like we would take him in as he got older. And my vet goes, "This is the oldest cat I've ever worked with." I was like, "Damn, really?" He's like, "This cat is old, man." This is an old ass cat. But yeah, the day, not to get too morbid, but the day that we had to put him down, like I had felt it. You know what I mean? Like I just felt it during the day, because like he wasn't like eating super well, and I was having to like spoon feed him, and I could just feel that it was like almost time. So like on New Year's Day this last year, I took him to the vet, like an emergency vet, and I was like, he's just not eating a ton. Like I haven't felt it, like, you know, I haven't like picked him up in a while because he didn't want to be picked up because he was old. Felt his stomach, it was like rock hard, and so I took him into the vet, and they were like, it's probably not gonna be good. So they took him back, did like a X-ray of his stomach, and that came back in and like, hey, like our advice was this cat needs to go right now, and I was like, completely understand. I was like, I didn't want him to like suffer. You know what I mean? I didn't like if he was uncomfortable. And my hope, what I would tell my wife was, my hope is that I'll wake up one day and he'll just be dead. Like not that like he would like suffer, like he would just pass away in his sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I know what you mean.
She would say to me like, well, wouldn't that be more scarring to wake up and find him dead? I'm like, no, because like then like I would know that he went at his home
naturally
in his sleep. He'd just go naturally. Like the thought of taking him somewhere and like scaring, like having him be scared was like the worst fucking feeling. But yeah, they brought him back in. We got to hang out with him a little bit. They put him in a twilight is what they call it. And then he went, but I had him we adopted him when he was like 13. And I thought, I'm going to have this cat for like 3 more years and it's going to pass away. And I had this cat for like 12 fucking years. So like we adopted him in college, and I was like, we can't adopt this cat because we're going to adopt this cat, and then you know what's going to happen is my roommate's going to move away, and this is just my cat. He went with me to like multiple different apartments, multiple houses. Just a great, like the moment, like as long as like I was there, he was like, okay, cool, this is where I live. Like he didn't have to like adjust. Like he was like, all right, cool, this is my place now. 17, that's awesome. My cat was 18 when she passed, and she was so sweet. Dude, fucking old cats, man. My Samantha kitten just turned 17. Dude, fucking hell yeah, man. We adopted Motor when I was in college because my roommates wanted to adopt a kitten. And I was like, we're not getting a kitten. It's like, we're going to adopt a cat. I was like, I'm going to go to that shelter and I'm going to ask what's the cat that's been here the longest. And we went in there and they're like, this is this cat named Motor. They call him Motor because he's got like he had the loudest fucking purr you'd ever hear in your life. And I was like, show me this cat that's been here the longest. Like, people haven't been adopting him because he's a Maine Coon, so he sheds a shit ton. And they brought him into like the little, like, you know, like the room they'll take you into, like to like have you meet the animal. They brought him in, and he jumped in my lap immediately, and I was like, wrap this guy up. I was like, this is the guy. They told me how old he was, or like, you know, he probably doesn't have that long of a life left. And I was like, I'm gonna make this dude's life the best fucking life you could possibly imagine. That cat was spoiled as shit. But yeah, it's been 6 months since he passed away. You know, you think about these pets for life. Like Motor's like such a huge part of my life. So anybody who's watching this after the fact, if you're debating adopting an older animal, do it. Because like these animals, you don't want them to die like in a shelter, to die alone. Like I adopted Motor when he was old as shit, thought he would die in 2 years. I had him for 12. So yeah, definitely the age-old saying, don't shop, adopt. Like, don't go out and get like a luxury cat. I mean, Motor was a luxury cat. He was a Maine Coon. Like, those are expensive-ass fucking cats, like, to buy off the street, you know? He was like
you'd be surprised what you can find in the shelter.
He was a legit full-blooded Maine Coon. Like, he was huge as fuck. Like, he was big. Like, so, yeah. There's my morbid, my animal passed away recently story. But, yeah. Maine Coons are huge. They're great animals. Maine Coons are excellent. All orange cats share one brain cell, so just be aware of that if you're looking into adopting an orange cat. Gary, he's an orange cat. He's the dumbest fucking cat I've ever interacted with. Like, he wouldn't survive a day out there in the wild. If he went out into the wild by himself, this dude's immediately trusting the least trustworthy, like, cat that looked like he's been in a couple knife fights. You know what I mean? He's the type of guy. He's the type of cat that you could convince to join an MLM or to like buy a timeshare. That's how gullible this cat is. Yeah. You guys are making me cry. Animals really get to me. Dude, me too. I've just had enough time to process, you know what I mean? There's been enough time removed. What happened to their owners? What did their owners do? I don't know. I honestly don't know why someone got rid of him. My son, because he was great with kids. He was fucking
Sometimes
excellent
it's just
with kids.
like you move and the new place won't let you have the pet. You know what I mean? Like
I think that's part of it.
that's how I got my dog.
Yeah. And like they told me that Motor wasn't good with kids when I first adopted him. He fucking warmed up to every single kid he's ever met. Like he would get like annoyed like if a kid was like trying to like pick him up and spin around or whatever. But
Yeah.
he wanted to come and hang out with every kid he ever met. Nah, dude, I think it's beautiful to adopt. All of my pets have been street animals, or we found them and saved them, and they're always dude, because like they've seen some shit, man. They need that love. They need that
100%.
love. Yeah. But Matthew, I'm assuming that's pretty late for you. It's getting pretty late for me. So why don't on this somber note, why don't we say we'll wrap up the stream?
Yeah, that sounds good. I snagged a cool screenshot I'm gonna send you.
Hell yeah, I'm down. But yeah, I mean, I guess like without getting like too depressing, like I don't consider it like a sad thing that Motor lived and died. He lived a great life with me. He went with me to every single apartment or house that I ever lived in. He had a great fucking life. So he lived, he enjoyed himself, he died. So that's all you can hope for your pets. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And I mean dogs fucking they're called man's best friend for a reason. For sure. They definitely want that. I don't believe like in a higher power, you know what I mean, Matt?
Yeah, I don't either.
But I believe that there's like certain things that have happened throughout time that have made dogs like man's best friend. And it's going to sound like really fucking lame and weird, but there's a part of me that thinks that Motor and I will be together again one day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like
I
it's like you know, everyone dies, they become part of the earth. And at some point Motor and I will be together again. And it's the same way with all your animals. Any animal you got, like they're waiting for you somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that's not weird. I did when my cat died a year ago. He was real old, so like but he wasn't sick, you know? Like he was just very old, and I could tell, like you said, like in the last month, I could
you can
tell.
feel it.
Yeah, but he wasn't in any pain. Like he was just old, so like he started to get to the point. So I just made sure that I gave him water, and he died in my arms, and I buried him out back behind my grandparents' house in this clearing. I put slate over top of it with it's like a light. Like I still go and visit his grave.
Dude, that's like what those animals want. Like they want to live their lives with you. They want to pass away naturally. And fuck, dude, that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask for with a pet. And that's like same reason why you go and visit your pet. That's why I have Motor. He's literally right behind all my work stuff. He's like right here with me every day. He's still with me all the time. So
makes an impact. They become your family.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's why these streams are the best. They get deep, and it's always a great community / feeling. I appreciate that, man. The stream went from gym tips to From Software games and then to pets. Yeah, it's buck wild.
It's fun though.
Yeah. But yeah, getting away from all of like the sappy stuff or something that might be depressing. Matt, it's honestly, man, it's a pleasure to fucking play games with you. I love when we get to play SWTOR, man.
Hell
So,
yeah.
for anyone who's in the chat or watching this post stream, if you're not subscribed to Darth Matthews Holocron, go do it right now. Otherwise, I'm going to follow you to school and bully you. We had to bring it back around to some form of like me being an asshole. You know what I mean? But yeah, Matt, it's been an absolute pleasure playing with you, man.
Yeah,
for
man,
sure.
it was fun.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And I promise that Matt and I will continue to do more streams in the future. But make sure you come check out tomorrow because Zach and I are going to be finally together again in the same room. We're going to play some Lego Star Wars. We're on Return of the Jedi, which is the best of the original trilogy. I don't care what anyone has to say. Fight me. Darth Vader does a backflip. You can't beat that. So what if I want you to follow and bully me? We can make that happen, buddy. But yeah, To everyone who got us to 19,000, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so fucking much. We could never have imagined that 19,000 people would follow us for any fucking reason. I frankly don't think that we're that interesting, but thank you. We love you. Again, go check out Darth Matthew's stream. Go check out the Conclave / Shadow Praxium's Patreon account. And keep an eye out for our Patreon for you before we head out.
No, man, you already plugged me up, which I appreciate. Besides, the Holocron, check out the Jedi or the Praxium. It is our nonprofit that we are going to use to put together an annual Legends convention. Brian already mentioned it once, but the website is thepraxium.org. You can check out everything there.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you again soon. Matt, we'll schedule another stream.
Sounds good, man. Just hit me up. Later,
right.
guys.
Later, y'all.